Shivers down Every time I blow right past that. All right. Oh, look at him with the fucking the monogrammed seat. Man, does he take
No.
that serious?
No,
It's a
that's
tail probably, right?
no. It's the reg. Yeah.
Oh, it blends in perfectly with the custom chair.
You have one.
You should have just
Yeah,
rolled
the
with it.
ISOs. Hello. We're like, yeah, man, I had that stitched in, sent the chair out, had to pay for the shipping.
What's the message? Send me a chair, dude.
I have one of those build mats. I love it.
Yeah, it's $10 right now.
Oh, that's a deal.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody to the what's today? Friday night live stream. We got a bunch of builders tonight. We got Big G, Rambo, and N.devine83. Let's start with Rambo. You're right next to me on top. You want to introduce yourself? Not that you need to introduce yourself, but let everybody know where they can find you. I do have your channel linked in the description. I got to throw Big G's in there, which I will do. My bad about that, buddy. And
That's all right.
yeah, somebody after Rambo goes, somebody else just jump in, introduce yourself, do some self promo, and then we'll get going.
Okay, well, I guess I go first, huh? Well, I just started a channel called Home Improvement. For those of you who don't know, I'm the co-creator of Coil Wars. Me and homeboy Josh put together a build-off season 1. Actually, N.devine was a competitor of that season. And from there, I started a Facebook group, which is nearly 18,000 members, and a lot of people come there and learn how to build. And all of us advanced builders come and hang out, and pretty awesome atmosphere over there. And right now, just working on this channel. Got this build-off going, the quarantine build-off. Homeboy OC's a judge in there. Twisted Messes entered to compete into the build-off, which is fucking awesome. So, head over to the channel if you want to follow that.
Is it too late? It's too late to enter, right?
It's too late to enter. It's locked in now. The advanced master tier, because it's set up in 2 tiers. Beginner, intermediate. I've got those guys all competing against themselves, but it's not a bracket. It's not a bracket build-off. But the advanced master tier is a bracket build-off. It's locked in. Well, they're both locked in, but the definitely more important to keep the way it is with the bracket. Everything's locked in. So.
Right. So definitely subscribe over on Home Improvement, because Rambo releases videos and stuff announcing the new build-offs when they happen. So if you haven't already, make sure you join the Coil Wars group, because that's an awesome resource for you guys learning. There's so many great builders in that group.
Yeah. Really good quality videos too. It's not like
Yeah,
Rambo. It's a newer channel, but it's not like Rambo's just getting into video and photography. He does a really good job, really good quality, and he knows his shit when it comes to building. And he's also into mixing too. So
yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, you're going to be doing mixing as well, right?
Yes, yeah, and on the channel I'll be doing hardware reviews, mixing and coil building tutorials, and obviously hosting build-offs.
Awesome. So you're covering
I'm
all
pretty
the
excited
bases.
about this one. Yeah,
Is he, man?
I'm just not modding. That's the only thing I'm not doing is modding.
All right.
he'll plumb your fucking house too, dude.
I am a plumber.
Rambo is like one of them. This is what I imagine. That from the information I gather, Rambo's very good at a lot of things. Like most of the stuff that he picks up, he's very good at. And he may try to be modest about this, but like playing the guitar and singing.
He's awesome at that too. I've seen some of your videos about that.
He's just like one of them guys that when he gets into it, he puts his passion into it.
Yeah, I'm passionate about everything I do. Absolutely.
He's a good guy and a good friend, so definitely go give him a subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right, Nick, take it away.
Yeah, N.devine83, Instagram, YouTube, do coil build tutorials, coil builds, talk a lot of stupid stuff. And
follow Nick's Instagram if you want an awesome Instagram. I fucking love it.
Yeah, just I go live quite often on my YouTube, at least 3 times a week. I'll be live tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. But other than that, I hang out with Big G on Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and we hang out with a couple others there. I'm all over a bunch of channels, between some DIY people, some MMA channels. I like mixed martial arts and stuff. So not my first time on Sherlock's channel though. So let's give it to Wire Talk Big G.
Well, real quick, I do want to say that your loop method for staggering, I watched that video and then I tried it. And because I've got my little stagger system, I weight it down and I would do one loop. But so today I tried with the multiple loops behind it, and I noticed the consistency of the spacing went through the roof. Like it was just
Yep.
so perfect. I couldn't believe it.
I've been wanting to do that a long time. I've been thinking about that video for a long time because a lot of people asked for it, and it's something that just Richie Oliver taught us
Yeah,
2 years ago.
I did it with the peg first and on the ribbon wire, and then he seen that and was like, he turned it sideways, and then you got it going up the way I do it. He turned his sideways parallel with the wire.
That's how he showed me is sideways, and then somebody said just try it the other way because
that's the way I do it.
the problem with them pegs is they're not all closed on the inside.
Yeah.
So you have to find a good one. They're not all completely closed.
I can't do it his way. I tried. I don't know how he does it, but I have to put the nose up like I did in my first video on my other channel, Mr. Rambo. I dropped that video because before that everyone was just using them to hold cords together. We weren't fusing with it. And I started doing that for like a month and a half, and I dropped the video. Richie seen that. And I don't know how he puts that peg sideways the way he does, but it works for him.
You got
I call it a peg method. I've been using the clamp for like 4 years now. I put the clamp on. I learned that from Justin Trial. My old channel also shows a lot of those older videos. That's how I was doing quadruple interlocks back then. We weren't force fusing then. So to sit there and put 4 wires or 6 wires and run them parallel.
Oh, I remember that. Yep.
I was pegging it and running them across. So I was putting a clamp a little. These little clamps, I love these things.
I couldn't get the clamp to hold correctly. I don't know if I just didn't have a good connection or what, but then I used my weight system and it worked great for me.
The thing with clamps that you have to pay attention to is inside of the pad here. If you roll the pad out, you'll see a line cut inside of it. And this is Craftsman. This line is cut vertical, and that's fine. Just don't clamp down on there, one side or the other of the pad. Other ones will come with the parallel line cut in like an X in there, and you can't have that because when you bite down on it, it's actually not pegging anything. It's like seating into the groove of the cut that's already in the pad of the clamp.
So I have the mini little rubber tipped ones, and I think it was too much tension, and the rubber wasn't letting it like.
Those are good for razorbacks.
Yeah, you want a lot of tension for razorbacks. Yeah.
These ones you put some tape on there, and these are good for razorbacks.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, I have mini versions of like this. Like they're like little tiny versions of this.
Yeah, I tried using those. I didn't have much luck with those.
Yeah, they didn't work very well for me.
I bet if you took the rubber off of that and put like some like white tape instead, that it would slide through a little bit better. But that rubber is probably going to be a nuisance.
That's
what I found.
It was.
I found what Mindforge used to use in his video. You watched the little video where he used a phone clip?
I got one of them.
I found one.
Yeah.
I was looking in the bottom of a tool chest, and the cord came rolling out with the clip on there. I was like, yes! I just added it to my clamp collection. I have a clamp fetish, so I've been using clamps for 4 years. That peg method is
What are you talking about? Phone clip? What is that?
I'm gonna show you. I'll show you. I got one. Let me just find it.
It works too, man. I enjoy using it. You just have to follow this one more closely than you do with the mini cloth pin. If you don't follow it perfectly, it'll mess up a little bit.
Probably something that's hard to find anymore because they were used on headphones for the speaker to clip onto your shirt, onto your lapel.
Oh, I have one of those with my lav mic. What? It's like a little alligator clip.
Yeah, it's just a little guy, and you can.
It's a little wider.
Yep, pretty much. Mine's white. I don't know where the frick I put it.
I don't know where I put mine. I just moved. Is the problem? Everything's everywhere.
The problem with some of the stuff we're building is you could lose it so easily because everything's.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I like them wooden clips is because that you could buy 1,000 of them for $2.
I got them laying around everywhere.
I need to go to the dollar store and grab some of those. I
got the bigger ones too.
Oh, do you? See, I've got a bunch of the bigger ones for photography stuff because they're great for gelling and foil and stuff, but
they're not much bigger though. The ones that I have.
I tried when I first started building. I tried all kinds of when I was learning aliens. I was trying to stabilize the cores with Legos, key rings, all kinds of shit, and I did not like the little paper clip or the little.
Look at there's 2 sizes of these.
Oh.
And this one here is wider on the nose, and this is the one that I use to parallel fuse over ribbon wire. You can parallel fuse up to 8 ply with this, just right over ribbon. But this one here is the one that goes smaller, used on round wire, and that's the one that Richie Oliver had. I didn't know they had smaller ones. I had the bigger ones, and when Richie seen my tutorial, he had these and he put it up sideways, and it worked for him. But these are both awesome. I like having both sizes. I just wasn't aware that there were two little sizes like this. There's not much of a difference, but I mean, it's like twice as big, but it's still not the big full size one that people are used to.
Do you guys remember building without swivels?
Yeah.
My first ever tutorial was a fuse Clapton without swivels. I wish I still had it because I would post it if I had it.
I never built without swivels.
Oh, it was such a
I don't know how
nightmare.
you guys managed.
Oh, it was
I'd
such
be
a
lost
nightmare.
without mine.
Dude, the
early
cores would
2016.
flip out and they'd be like whipping you in the face and shit. Oh, it was so bad.
Oh, you know what I do? I build my SFCs with the straw sometimes if I don't feel like hooking them up or whatever, or if I get a back piece on the end, I'll clip it off and I'll just stick it in the straw and build with it, so that way it don't fray out all over on you.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, you put like an alligator clip, helping hands, and put your straw straight up and line it
Oh,
up with
damn,
your
that's a
build
good
size.
idea.
Yeah,
That's old school.
I think it's like it is one of the better ways to do like a 4 to 5 to 10 core stagger fuse Clapton.
Yeah, even when I'm making
Use straw.
SFCs, when I'm making them hooked up, I take little clippings of the straw, snip it up, and even when I'm hooked up on the swivel, I'll put little clips of the straw, and then as it's going, I can push those out of the way, and because I always leave a bare wire on the cord that's hooked up, maybe like an inch or two of just bare wire, so I can take my sliders and go over there, and my and then my fuse can move over to it too. Just extra room for things to go over there.
Gotcha. Huh. How big
I
of a
got a
piece
lot
of
of little
straw
tricks,
do you use?
Little clippings, quarter
Just
of
like,
an inch.
oh, okay.
Just and I got a shitload of those just laying down in my drawer, like a bunch of stuff's everywhere, but I got so much of it, I always find one.
This is the one I use for stagger fuse Clapton sometimes. This is like an industrial an industrial caulk glue like tube. It's like a caulk tube. It fits onto some caulk tubes, and it's like a real thick plastic.
Nice.
So I can clamp down on it, and it's very sturdy. It won't like
That's
because McDonald's straws are actually really good for it, because McDonald's straws, like the ones that you would get for a milkshake, are real fucking thick.
Yeah.
So they work good, but like a straw from like Wawa is probably too thin.
Yeah.
Won't fit much in there.
Yeah, they're sensitive, no doubt.
What's everybody building tonight? Do you guys want to pick a theme?
You can't build.
It's too late for him. He's got people sleeping.
My son's in the room next door.
Well, how well do you braid? Every time you hold it tight.
we can't be making him braid every time we have him on at 3 a.m.
Braiding is fun though. I like braiding.
Every time he does,
Relaxing.
Fuck that.
I like doing flat braids. It's really relaxing.
Get off my swamp! Get off my swamp!
All right, well, Big G's going to be our moderator / question answerer then. And he's going to keep us apprised of chat because I'm real bad at keeping up with that.
Will do.
All right, so then for the three of us who can spin the drills, do you guys want to pick a like a category or some sort of topic to build on?
Build off.
I just got to say this real quick. This is based off of Big G's. It's quarantine, motherfucker. If you got to get up early, that's your problem. If I'm going to run the drill until fucking 1 a.m., that's on you. Okay?
How very considerate of you.
Yep.
Every day is Friday, motherfucker.
Ain't got shit to do.
We got some suggestions in chat.
Yep.
Helix build off. We kind of did that the other night. We did micro Clapton helixes the last time Nick was on. Alien staggers.
Stags.
I've never done an alien stagger actually.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, really?
Why are you smiling like that? Is it tough?
It's one of them things where it's not that hard to do. It's just you probably won't nail it on the first time.
You scared?
I'm good. I can do it. I can do it all day.
Y'all to it.
All right.
Big G's done.
I'm finished.
Is that two? So how do you space the alien then?
I
Oh,
just
you know what?
buy it up. But you can you could actually parallel Alien.
Can you parallel no stretch? Yeah, right. I think Richie does, right?
I don't know. I don't know stretch, so I don't know.
Oh, I could probably do that. I can like no stretch is my jam. I can no stretch like 12 ply alien frame staples and enigmas.
Yeah, I interlock them and do enigmas too. Yeah.
No
I'll
stretch is the
stitch them. I
best,
stitch them in
man.
no stretch too. I put a spool behind me and I anchor it, and while I'm no stretching, the spool's got tension on it, and it stitches it while I'm no stretching the interlock. Pretty
Cool
dope.
idea.
What
You
people
could
don't
also
understand.
eye up a spaced alien. You could also just eye it up. I eye it up. I just
That's
hold
what I
that
do.
angle and go quick.
Right.
I'm down to try a no stretch parallel alien. I never did it. I never tried.
All right, let's do some crazy aliens. One thing people don't realize, I think, is that the no stretch is so much easier than pre. For me, at least. I'll speak for myself.
If
You
you're a
have to
soulless
stay-
prick, yeah.
You have to. Here's the thing about aliens, period, and particularly with no stretches. You have to stay consistent doing it. Your muscle memory
Right.
isn't going to remember that every time. So if you stop doing it for a while, you can't expect to just jump back in and start nailing them.
Same with
It's-
aliens,
it's-
dude. When I just took all this time
Yeah.
off, I had to relearn building.
Yeah, oh yeah, you do. All the muscle memory you have to redevelop. Like me too. My muscle memory is not there, but I did production building. I was doing no stretch 4-foot sticks of them. I was doing 4-foot no interlocking 8-ply for aliens too, no stretch.
It's what Sherlock said. Like one of a video, a couple you were building by yourself, I believe, but you said it best. Like if whatever one you learned first, if you're good at that one, that's probably going to be the best. If you haven't learned anything, you might as well do no stretch.
Yeah.
Because there are things with the no stretch that are really good. Like it's not dragging along the floor if you don't have the proper setup. Like luckily I have like hardwood floors. I set something up behind me so it stays in the air. So, and it's just, I mean, how many aliens
So
have I done? I'm
what
so
Nick is
deep
saying?
in.
What Nick is saying is you can't teach an old dog new tricks, right?
Yeah. You can, but it's like, why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right?
I learned it. I like to know all methods. I can do every method of staggering. I just like to do them all for whatever reason. You just get
Yeah.
bored with the same way all the time too. Or some people just get zoned in and comfortable on their one way. It just depends on who you are, I guess.
Nah, Anthony, keep trying, man. Once you nail it, I'm telling you, it's gonna change your life. Nick's just pissed because he can't do it consistently.
It's true though, because listen, I don't really build aliens for myself anymore. I don't. I build them for other people. So if I'm building them for other people, most likely I'm getting paid for them. And then when I do a no stretch, I mess it up, and I'm like, why the fuck did I even do that? Do it the right way.
Right. Yeah, I hear that.
I do go through more wire with the no stretch. Always more wire. That's definitely a fact.
Me too.
But when your alien collapses, a lot of people don't realize. Just take your needle noses. These ones are fantastic for it. You can just pinch your cores back flat and keep going.
Yeah.
Once they collapse, and a lot of people don't realize that. They just take it, toss it, and I'm like, no. Like, and when you start practicing on Fralians and stuff, just pull the fuse off. You can just keep going and going and going until you get it. I'll tell people, like, make 3 or 4 decors. Nick does it on his channel. I stop in and watch Nick. Make extra ones, set them aside. You fuck up, pull it off, run it back over again. Don't if you're giving yourself more prep, unnecessary prep while you're learning, it just adds more frustration.
Yeah. Yeah, prep's not the fun part.
Yeah, but pinch them 3 cores or whatever. Pinch your cores back with your needle nose and continue from that part right there.
I can't
Sometimes you
tell
might
you
even
how
break the
many times I've
alien
done that.
fuse. You might break the alien fuse sometimes. Just take it and wrap the fucking thing right back on there and keep going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tuck it in between the cores and jam it over.
Yeah. It'll stop a lot of extra frustration.
Yeah.
As you're learning.
Yeah, doing production, man. There's so many times where on long
Yeah,
ones,
you
they
can't just
fold
stop it.
over.
You got to keep going.
Yeah,
You can't just stop it. You got to keep going. I learned a lot doing production building. I'm not gonna lie. Floating the ribbon, I'm running those things at 6,000 RPMs, perfectly centered with the way I set it. I connect into my drill like a fuse clapping. I mean, I can perfectly center it that way. And
I want one of those jeweler clamps that you have.
These are nice. These are really nice. They're not centered for high speeds, but for your elaborate builds, the fancy nice stuff. This is my go-to. It's a quick tighten down, no screwdriver, no crazy shit. You just loosen it and crank it down. You don't need to over muscle it or nothing. Real simple. But for high speeds, it's a little wobbly, you know. And then you got to do a little bit of customization. I
Had to cut it down.
I gotta get my.
I put my own
cotter
threaded
pin
stick
here.
in there with a sleeve on there. I took the entire sleeve off and redid one. So
How
one
much
that
was
comes-
the original one though? Because every
They're
time
like-
I looked them up, they were a little expensive.
They're like $12, $15.
That's not bad at all.
Some of them you can find them for $7.99. Like last time I was looking, I found some for $7.99. They look identical to this.
I really think the only ones I ever found were like $60.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
That's for the rich jewelers.
Yeah.
I think most jewelers are rich.
Probably, right? I mean, we're coil builders. We're almost fucking jewelers as it is. Why aren't we all rich?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We're doing
Start
something
throwing-
wrong.
We gotta start wrapping
diamonds in
nichrome
them
around diamonds.
I know a lot of coil builders have gotten into jewelry making, like that wire wrap jewelry.
Yeah.
That shit blows my mind, man. Talk about fucking skill.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this cotter pin like Nick was telling me to do. There we go.
For decors and stuff, it's great.
Oh, fuck
for
yeah.
decors, for any kind of single core, anything, it's great.
Yeah, I'm pumped about that.
All right. So we're doing some alien stags.
jeez.
huh?
Let me get this.
Where did
I
you get that
forgot.
clamp, Rambo?
Before you
What
start
kind?
with your alien stags, just so you know, the
Yeah.
wire choice is pretty fucking important. Yeah. Yeah. So what I do is, and you could switch the gauges around when you hear. So I like 36. You could do 38, of course, but I like 36 for the outside, but that hardly matters. I do 29 gauge 3-core with the 36 gauge regular alien D-cord off of 29 gauge, and then 29 gauge frames with a 24 gauge D-core in the gaps.
29 gauge is the main core here.
Yeah, 29. Okay, so then do you have you could do 28 and 24 if you overstretch the
Evil.
second one. Or you could do do you happen to have 23? Okay, the 24 should work. You're just gonna have to overstretch it. It will actually make it a little easier, because the straighter that second alien is, the easier it's gonna be. The more curved it is, the harder it gets.
Tim Dixon was asking, where did you get that clamp again, Rambo?
I actually got it from a builder in Coil Wars, Cynthia. She's also a mixer too. However, I've sent a lot of people links. It's on Amazon.
Right.
I can later. You can hit me up later or something. I could drop a link to you or something. I'll look forward for you.
What are they called? Jewelers' vices? Or
Jeweler's Vice, yeah.
Yeah, I think a jeweler's rights, but they are a little tricky
hand
to find.
vice. It's a
Yeah,
jeweler's.
I'll have a look.
A jeweler's hand.
Jeweler's
vice.
hand vice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It might also be called.
Yep. I'm on it.
There's two kinds. You want the black one like mine that doesn't have that. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's all built together in one. You want the one you can unthread, and the threads are like M7, I believe, the M7 threads, and you can change it so that way you don't have a big long handle, because it goes on an angle. It'll be pointing up, so you're gonna want to modify it. I mean, it's not mandatory to modify it. You don't absolutely have to, but
Sure. Kenny, you're muted for some reason. You got it?
Sorry about that, everybody. Thank you. Anytime I switch scenes, it remutes me. All right, so I'm going to do this with 28. I should be all right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's really the second D core that you just have to be aware of. And that's 24. You're going to have to probably overstretch it a little bit. Just a little.
All right, I'll get it.
I'm
I
going to
hate
let me
moving.
post links.
shit gets scattered every time I move.
I need to do a wire order. Bad.
Got a lot of wires, just I can't find what I want.
I want to try to find a
Wayne's got
wire
them
company to
big
sponsor my videos.
Yeah, that's stainless steel 304, like 12,000 feet of 38 gauge. I got 2 spools of this, and then I got 34.5 gauge, like 34 and a half gauge. It's a 0.15 stainless steel 304. I had it sent to me from Germany.
Do you like the 304 stainless?
It's all right. It's very fragile. It burns up real quick. It breaks down real quick. But it has a beautiful, like, it's like stainless steel, but like the 316L, but it's not like the shiny metallic colors that come out of it. It's more like pastels.
Oh, that's cool.
Out of there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's I use it for contrast and stuff like that. But as far as like selling people, I won't sell them coils with unless they request it, and then I explain to them. Like it's not gonna
Right.
last long. It breaks down quick. Nichrome 80, in my opinion, is king when it comes to that. It's more
Longevity.
heat resistant, and it lasts so much longer. Yeah.
I like stainless. That's my preferred metal.
It just breaks down faster. That's my issue with it, and it doesn't do well with everything. You ever get that chemical reaction with some like lemon citruses and stuff? It turns everything red.
I've never experienced that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens with some lemons. That'll turn all your shit red.
I don't know if I've ever vaped lemons though, so.
Well, some recipes, because I'm a mixer,
I know,
sometimes
I'm
you're
just
adding
kidding.
lemon.
I'm kidding.
You're adding lemon. I don't like vaping straight lemon, but you're adding lemon to enhance strawberries and stuff to brighten them. So
Oh, that's a
in a
good
lot
tip.
of it's in a lot of stuff that people don't even realize. You'd be surprised what are in your recipes. You're like, I don't like that. Well, it's probably in your favorite recipe, so don't be surprised. It's a little flavor bending. That's what we call it in the
Got
mixing
ya.
world. So it just brightens it. That's like one of the basic 101 tips you're gonna learn when you start mixing and get into like the mixology aspects of it. But I can't find my damn 38 gauge, and I really want. Oh no, I really want to use 38 gauge.
Now Rambo's showing off. He's getting excited.
No, I want to use. I don't want to try to no stretch to 36 gauge times 2. I think 36 gauge is tough enough to no stretch by itself. A lot of people can't even do it.
That's the one I have problems with, and I like
Yeah, you
36 gallons the most. 38, I've had
Yeah,
more.
that's why you're struggling, huh? 38 is perfect for a no stretch, but
Yeah.
36 is tough for a no stretch. I can do it, but I'm good at it to do it though. Like versus like the average person trying to do it. I don't even recommend it. But if they want to, I just warn them what they're getting themselves into and tell them it's possible, but be prepared. Be prepared for the worst. I think I'm out of 38 gauge, man. Fuck.
Michael Myers, the comedian or the murderer? I don't know.
What do I decore off the additional frames? 24 gauge, you said?
For the second decor. So you got to make 2 decors for this, whatever
Right.
your regular alien, whatever
Right.
your first.
I did one. I was talking to Ramo years ago, and I did one. I have it on my IG, but it was all spacey and goofy looking. But I forgot I did that, and I never went back to it.
Yeah. That yeah. So if you're using 29 gauge cores, I'm going to use 24. 24 is usually the better one to use.
Okay. Yeah, I got 29.
gauge cores.
Hopefully I find 24 gauge. Oh, bitch. There it is. I got 24. The old lightning vapes. I haven't bought lightning vapes in probably 3.5 years. I still got some. Canthal 24 gauge. No wonder why it's still around.
Yeah, save that label because it's going to be worth something someday because they're a different company now.
Yeah, no. I still got some stuff from them. There.
I think I have one or two spools
right?
of lightning vape stuff.
Where's my shit?
All right, 1 decore down.
Decor. Oh Jesus! I better hustle up.
I don't want to lose track of these.
I don't know what I did with my 38 gauge.
Josh, have a look into, what's it called again? There's an app that you can hook up your mobile phone to your laptop. I've got it, I think.
don't think it's that nobody builds anymore. He said, Tank said my local shop has a whole wall of that shit because no one builds anymore. I don't think it's that. I think the people that build are pretty deep into the hobby and they're just going to order it offline for cheaper. Why pay a store cost? That's what I do. I mean, my store has kidney puncher wire. I never fucking touch it because I'll just buy it for cheaper off a kidney puncher. Just doesn't. Most coil builders are hobbyists, and they're probably going to try to pay the least amount of money for their.
Well, yeah, we want as much wire as we can get. You know, people, they got to
I'm
understand.
not saying that coil building's fucking the biggest thing in the world, but I imagine that's the reason why.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Based off experience.
Josh Main, hit me up after the show and I'll let you know what that app is. There's an app that lets you hook up the mobile phone to your laptop and you can take all the photos with it.
Oh,
so
that's
you're
nice.
actually doing it hands-free. You know, you're not having to touch the mobile, so it'll stay steady. What the hell is it called again?
All right. So I'll explain what I'm doing just in case anybody's trying to pay attention. I'm taking a piece of 29 gauge and I'm going to make a D-core with that. 3629 clapped and then D-core it. I'll try to remember to tell you every step. And then I'll do a 24 gauge 36 D-core. But you only need like half. So right now, Sherlock, if you're making...
Oh, yeah, I made the full fucking thing.
Good, because if you mess up, you'll have it. Because you're only going to need half of that.
Oh, good.
Because you're basically spacing it perfect, you know, as perfect as you can, which is going to be half of what your usual dual coil.
Right. All right. I'm going to run this D-core, and then I'm going to go grab some batteries, because I need them. Ooh, that looks like that's going to break. That's definitely going to break. Glad I caught that now. Man, I don't know, though. If I can't even get this off, I don't think it's going to pop off on me. Come on, you fucker. I guess that's fine. Fuck it.
I tried popping it on YouTube to see what it would look like, but it's a weird echo. You say it, and then I hear it again like 4 seconds later.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I heard you say a few times, like, wait a minute, he just said that. I'm looking up, like, yeah, I can't keep that on.
Yeah, it's so distracting when you get that delay.
That is weird. Ah.
I don't like this. I gotta just cut this and redo this. It's driving me fucking nuts.
The thing about me is I'm blind, man. My vision is so bad.
Dude, it's fucking, its struggle is real.
I gotta keep a light out, and then my headset, wherever in the hell that went. All my building is through my phone and macro, you know, like all the intricate stuff.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I've been doing that for years. I just follow along. Here's what I use right here. This follows right over it. It's that swivel plates from Harbor Freight. I put a selfie stick and I got an aftermarket clip for it to lock my phone on, and I just follow it with the phone and macro. It's huge for me. it was a game changer because I can't see.
I need to get some
I mean,
sort
I
of
could follow.
something.
It's relaxing too. You can sit back. You're not straining your eyes and straining your back, leaning over to build, trying to look in.
Right.
What was I looking for? I was looking for my headset. Where is my headset?
I'm struggling already.
Your glasses headset?
Yeah, I found them. It's weird. I moved and I'm only here temporarily until they finish the apartment that I'm actually going to take. Because everything's everywhere. I'm kind of living out of boxes right now. I don't want to unpack everything and be packing it right back up, you know?
Yeah.
So, should I do this with a hand drill or just like once I get to the stagger part?
Did you do the initial alien, the first one?
No, not yet. I'm just planning
Okay.
ahead.
It ain't a bad idea. It's actually easier with a hand drill for sure.
Just go slow and get it done.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to though. It's not as it depends how good that spacing is on the first one. If that spacing on the first one is pretty damn good, you could do them pretty quickly, even the second one. It's just
Right.
like another spaced alien.
I can always switch it out if I need to. Like
Yeah.
start with my fast drill and then see how it goes.
Yeah. That initial alien, it's just important to have it consistent. Even if it's not spaced perfectly, if it's the same spaces all the way down, it's going to make it much easier.
Right, okay.
So like basically, if I'm doing a 36 gauge alien, obviously I want like a 36 gauge space. But if it was the size of 236 gauges, the space all the way down, that's good too. As long as it's consistent, it's going to come out good.
Right, okay. I ideally would like it nice and tight though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been questioning myself if I can parallel nose stretch. I've never parallel fused aliens, period. So Richie Oliver started telling me to do it, and I was like, really? That sounds fun. So I guess, well, why not try it first live?
Yeah, oh yeah. I fail builds all the time live. It's a blast.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people think like us advanced builders are like, we never fuck up. And it's good for them to see that. Like, we're not gods. We mess up too. So.
Oh, I mess up all the time.
Yeah.
I have a massive pitchfork right here that I just messed up.
Yeah. It takes so much time too to frame prep and everything.
Oh, dude, I'm like 4 or 5 hours into it before I fucked it up.
Killer.
Mm-hmm.
Them are the tough ones.
It got bent, like it got.
It's like catching a 50-pound
squished.
catfish and.
And
That's like
losing
catching
it.
a 50-pound catfish and getting it all the way to the shore and it falls back in.
Yeah. Yeah. Like from the boat back into the water.
Motherfucker. Yeah. No.
Yeah, exactly how I felt.
Hell
It's a
yeah.
fucking kick in the balls. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta grab some batteries.
What happened? It collapsed on you?
Well, I bumped it,
Right.
and so like it should be straight, right? And it's not. It's like crooked as fuck because it got pushed like this, and it just fucked everything up.
You're,
So the core is like where it's already.
oh, that's why I don't
wrapped.
glue my
It's like,
pitchforks. I just wrap them with 40 gauge.
well, I normally don't. I normally just wrap them. That way everything can move and it's okay. But I was having issues with them moving.
Well, you want to be able to adjust it so to take it back apart.
Right, exactly. That's why I normally don't glue it. But it was giving me all kinds of problems.
You want to be able to take it back apart. That's the key thing.
Actually, you know what? I might be able to pull this apart and just replace the middle pieces.
Yeah,
of
I mean,
ribbon.
there's a lot of work in them frames. Yeah, yep, absolutely. I've had to do that many times, but I'll salvage it. That's what I learned. I'm not gluing them. You know, I stopped gluing them a long time ago. I just, you know, I should have had videos out on the way I do things a long time ago because we all do things a little bit differently, and I mean, we all learn a little from each other. But I should have had videos. You know, the thing with me is I hated watching my videos the way they were before, recording them from a phone editor. Like it was just trash.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, I'm ready now. I got everything together, so I'm gonna start showing everything the way I do things, and you know, and try my hardest to show the way other people do it too, to show examples of other ways to do things.
Yeah, multiple methods.
Right. I mean, because I like doing them all anyways, so I do have a good opinion of them all as it is, and I may as well just show it while I'm getting that far into it, you know.
The more information in the community, the better.
Right. Right.
Yeah, any kind of hobby, it doesn't matter what the hobby is. If there was only one YouTube channel on it, that would be terrible for that hobby.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I just feel bad for everybody who's starting to get into YouTube in the vapor industry. Nick and I talked about this a while ago. It's just a shitty time to try to get into the vape industry on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. I know. But, you know, for me, it's not, you know, I just want the information out there. It's the biggest thing.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, so the way I do things, you know, and then have a list for years to come for people to go back and watch it, you know, like, it's my way of saying Rambo was here when you look back a decade from now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Carving in the tree. I'm carving in the tree, Rambo was here.
Yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah.
That's it.
All right. I'll be right back, guys.
See, I don't know if it's a shitty time to get. Right now, it's a shitty time because of the all the bullshit going on in the world for every industry. I see it a different way. I see it as it's a shitty time to get into the industry and do the same shit over and over right now.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. That's why people are falling back on reviews because it's the same shit all the time.
Yeah. Redundancy.
Yeah, and it's not just the products. It's pretty much, you know what you're getting from each reviewer. You know what they pretty much like. It just,
Yeah.
I haven't watched a review in so fucking long. So long.
A lot of the people who are deep into the hobby don't, like, it's mostly people that are like,
No.
you know,
Yeah.
newer, and you know, they're just soaking it all in, loving it. You know, remember, look back to when we did that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that was when we couldn't wait for Rip Trippers videos to come out before he got real lame.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, them were good days.
Yeah, Rip Trippers were good though because there wasn't a lot of it was just all new shit. Like when the Petrie came out from Dotmod, that was so different. The two posts with the one
That's
hole in the
still
middle.
my favorite. It's still my favorite. The V2 is my favorite 22 millimeter RDA. I mean, cosmetically, this thing's just freaking beautiful.
Dotmod makes great products.
It's one of the most photogenic RDAs of all time for sure.
I'm in love with it. I pulled it out. I got to drop it in the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm gonna put a build in it. It's sitting out here.
I got my 24. Actually, I think I do got those. Yeah, I got those.
There we go.
I think there's a build in this one. There is. There definitely is. Here's the 22, the version 1.5.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And then
Oh, look at that.
Hell yeah, right?
it's not even screwed down, it's just fucking floating in there. Moving around and shit. And then
That's all wobble.
yeah, the 24 is also one of my favorites. It's pretty cool for coil building, but it's not the best for coil building, but it looks damn good.
Yeah.
Especially with the glass top. It's one of my favorite vaping, actually, with this Trinity glass cap.
What's the name of the company that the owner went to now? Somebody,
That's Wake Mod Co.
Wake Mako. Yeah. Do you see what he's doing over there? I want to try some of that stuff out, you know?
Yeah, the Littlefoot RDA is pretty good, too.
I haven't given it a good look, but I know that he was over there. I just always forget the name when it gets brought up. I'm like, well, he's got another company now, and I can't remember the name of it. So
Yeah, it's kind of like the same type of kind of look with the gold decks and stuff, but for cheaper prices. You can
Cheaper?
get that RDA for like $25. Actually, on Element Vape, it's like always $10.
what?
Yeah.
Dude, when I started, you couldn't get an RDA for under 60.
Oh, dude, but yeah, I bought the cheapest one out at the time was the Hobo version 1.5. It was $90. That was cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I was infatuated with the Mutation X from Indulgence.
Oh
that
my
series.
god, dude, me too.
I had to get every single one of them when they came out. Like I was like in line waiting at midnight for the new one.
And the Doge RDAs, I love the Doge RDAs.
Yeah. I'm building all super slow. Like I'm
me
enjoying
too.
it.
I'm taking my time.
I'm enjoying it.
I'm trying not to fuck this build up. I'm mentally getting ready.
So it is kind of like one of them builds where it's complicated, but it's fast. It is a fast build. It's two aliens. I mean, that's all it is. It's just a little tedious, the second alien. But
Do you go slow on your second fuse?
it depends. It really depends how good my spacing is. If my spacing's good and consistent, then I can hold that angle and just go down like an alien.
Full speed?
Yeah, yeah. But for the most part, I usually go slow to start off just to see that angle. But it's like an alien. If you go fast, usually you get good results, cleaner results.
Yeah.
If you just hold that same angle all the way down.
It's easier to follow it consistently. You know?
And flattening these would definitely help. If there's a way you could flatten it, it'll definitely.
Oh yeah. Well, as a mixer, I have a scale. It's a particular scale that the community always uses, and now it comes with two weights to calibrate it with, and they're 250 grams a piece, and they're big freaking 1 inch round heavy like rods that are cut. I roll over everything. They're fantastic for it, you know. So like any mixer is gonna have two of those laying around already.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that. I was like, I don't know if it depends how much they weigh, Dwayne.
Let me show you.
I use, well, you've seen it before, but I don't know if any other. I have the pasta roller, of course, but what I
Yeah,
use
the adjustable pasta roller. I need that.
Yeah, what I used before that, which I've been using this week, doing, I forget what kind of build. I use my jeweler's block and a.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. Yeah.
I was thinking about trying to drill these out and rig them together to be a mini pasta roller.
Oh, that'd be cool.
The thing is
they're
like
2,000 grams.
that could work better than a pasta roller in some cases, because sometimes the pasta roller doesn't go down the size that you need it to. Like it only goes so far. Like you don't crush pasta to nothing, so it doesn't close all the way. It closes like. It looks like about a little bit less than 1/8 of an inch. So it doesn't close all the way. It'll flatten like 28 gauge. Once you start putting like 29 in there, it like almost falls through. But if you clapped in a piece of 29, it would flatten it a bit. So having something that you could actually press down on is actually pretty good.
Yeah, my pasta roller won't go over 0.3 ribbon.
Yeah.
Which kind of, that's why I was looking at those and I'm like, if I can perfectly drill right down the center of these, I can make a holder and just make like, you know,
yeah,
like I can make my own.
You know anybody with the drill press?
Yeah, I do. Where I used to live in Indiana, that guy has one.
Remember every vape shop used to have a drill press?
Yeah, to drill out the post holes because they were so fucking tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's my $120 brand new atomizer. Can you drill 5 holes into it? 2
Right.
for the airflow and 3 into the posts. $120, and then you had to have it drilled out.
I know, it's crazy.
I hope I have another charged battery. I think my battery's going dead. I haven't built since I've been here, so I don't even know where the hell my charger and that battery is. Oh, that's in the case. Yeah, this thing's going dead.
All right.
This sucks. I can leave the clap and go and walk away, but I don't have where I anchor my spool. Because I mean, I don't need to hold the drill. I just need to put the spool down. I'd be able to go look for my other battery while it's making the clapping. I'm just not fully set up. I just rigged this together for the YouTube thing. Yeah.
Are you on your 24 decor?
Yeah, I am. I might have enough for one, but I'm gonna look for the other battery anyways. I'm gonna.
All right. Should I stabilize these? Are these gonna collapse on me? Yep, they are. They already did. Maybe not. Oh, I've got to space this, though.
Yeah.
I almost forgot to space it. Okay. I should have made these longer so I could play in the beginning and figure out my spacing. Should I just fucking crank it and just go?
I do. If I'm getting my spacing good in the beginning, I do. Like, if you can hold that angle and just go, but then again, I don't have to worry about holding the tension on the no spacing and stuff. It's already stretched for me, you know? So it's a little easier.
Rambo, you're muted.
Yeah, I know. I was digging in the what you call it.
Floating shit with the screen. Can't hear him.
No, I was changing the battery in my drill and I kept it in a vise. So I had to lift the drill up, unloosen the vise, lock the battery, and pop the battery in, tighten down the vise to get the drill level.
So I can tell you what he was saying since you guys didn't hear. He was like, "Come on, you motherfucker, come on."
So hopefully this battery isn't dead either.
We're all doing alien stags. Big G beat us in a race. His are already installed and everything.
he already vaped it. He needs to re-wick already.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I got my spacing pretty good. I just fucking went for it. I might be a little too spaced, but I do have enough decor that I could do it again if I need to.
You should be good. It's not like a build where it has to be super tight because you got to figure there's a curve in the second alien that needs a little space anyway.
Right.
So it can be super tight. You can make them tight as hell, but it also looks good if it is also a little spaced. It'll actually vape better if it's a little spaced.
Yeah.
There's going to be some areas that are
vents.
super tight.
Yeah. They are a really good vape. They're like a little bit better than like a 5-core alien. They're a really good vape.
I hear they're fantastic.
Oh, I
they're
can't
gonna
wait
be
to.
low.
I'm gonna nail this fucking build, guys. You wait. You wait.
Did you parallel fuse?
No, I didn't. I'm gonna do the staggered thing. So I didn't parallel. I spaced alien this one, and then I'm gonna stagger the next one into it.
So
I'm paralleling it. Fuck it.
Could I do a pitchfork like this? Like do. Yeah, right? Or no?
I've seen some pretty crazy ones.
Would it lay down correct? I guess it could if you lined it up perfect.
Yeah, you could do a bunch of things. I've seen up to I think 4 alien stag staggertons, and then I've seen people pitchfork with them too. I think
That'd be fucking crazy. Oh, yo, while I have people watching, submit your builds to me either on Instagram or preferably Facebook Messenger directly on my personal Facebook or my Sherlock Holmes Facebook page, or email them to me at sherlockholmes@gmail.com. Submit your builds. I want to feature a bunch of builders from the community in a dedicated video and just kind of show what you guys can do. And so submit the specs, your favorite builds that you've done, and your Instagrams or your YouTubes or whatever. And I want to feature a bunch of you guys. So make sure you get those submissions in as soon as possible because I'm going to make that video this week.
Awesome.
you said you could email them.
Yep, email them to me, sherlockholmes@gmail.com. Any of my socials, essentially. I would prefer. So for the next video, I'm going to just do a hashtag so it's all on Instagram. That'd be easier. I could just look up the hashtag and go through. I kind of fucked it up because I've got them everywhere now, so I've got to figure out how to show them in this video. But for this one, just get them to me, and I'll figure out a hashtag for next time. But I want it to be a reoccurring thing that I react to all your crazy builds. So just get them to me however you can. My email's in the description. My Instagram's in the description. And so, yeah, get them to me.
I just went on the old Coil Wars Instagram. I signed in. I've been liking comments and liking photos of people are hashtagging it. So I've been liking it. I'm sure it's surprising the shit out of people seeing Coil Wars clicking like on it. They're like, what? I mean, that's been inactive since Josh has been gone because I don't really like reposting, and that's what Josh did with it. It's a repost IG. So
that's cool though. A lot of people get featured and.
Yeah, so I've been thinking about maybe messing around and starting to do a little bit of reposting on there.
Dude, you
show
should.
the community love. I mean, it's got a big following on that IG. It's way bigger than mine.
Yeah.
Way bigger than my IG. But I mean, it's been sitting there dead. So, I mean, it's I don't know. It's kind of weird bringing it back at the same time, but it's just sitting there, So
do it, man. Do it. That's why I'm doing this video. When it comes to the ability of some of these builders, I suck compared to a lot of these guys. And I get way more props than I deserve. So I want to spread the love out and feature some of these builders that are just incredible.
Yeah, people like Mass Coils and just jaw dropping,
right.
Builds by Talon. Them guys just they spend so much time on micro claps and everything, and just hedgehog stitch crazy, just madness.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
and there's a lot of guys that are great at photography too, and their images are stunning.
Yeah, mind blowing.
Mm-hmm.
The submissions for week 1 were just mesmerizing,
dude. Just the brief things that I saw when even you were just showing me when I was just helping you get your stuff set up, and then watching that video, I was like, damn, dude, even the beginner stuff was good.
Yeah. I'm gonna start covering the beginner intermediate tier once it weeds down a little bit. Then I'll go over some of the the better ones of it. Just a lot of work. Hi,
princess. Love you so much. What are you doing up? You gotta go night night. Oh. You guys gotta go night-night, okay?
Okay.
All right, I love you.
I love you.
Come on. Love you much. Night-night, princess. God, it's so late. What the hell are they doing?
Sure, nobody minds.
No.
They get so worked up when I can't like put them to bed. And so I was like having so many issues with this. Normally I'll have this set up and ready to go and I'll just fine tweak it before we go live, but I was having so many issues, Jess had to take care of it, and so they're like they can't go to sleep unless I'm putting them to bed. It's crazy.
I was having trouble syncing my audio too, and I started freaking out. I'm like, don't do this to me, please.
Right.
It's the first time going live with my actual setup through a computer and stuff. Like, I don't even know how to use a computer, and here I am live with my DSLR.
Look at
on
you.
A computer.
You keep
It's a
saying
milestone.
you can't do it, but look at you. You're doing it.
I'm scooting by.
Scooting by. All right. Where are you at, Nick?
I'm about to do my first alien on the 3 cores of 29.
I'm about to set my frames up and go for it.
Why didn't I make the other 2 frames? God damn it, that was stupid. Whatever.
I'll try to go close up on this for a little bit, but once again, I like to do just get the spacing right and rip down it to get the nice spacing all the way down. So you're probably only going to see a little bit of it.
I'll go close too. I'm set up for close. So once you're done, I'll start doing my thing.
I would have to put my macro on to do that. Or get my camera closer too, which ain't gonna happen.
Oh,
I can maybe zoom in.
Thank you, by the way, for posting that for me. It's gone already. A coil, that macro lens, a coil builder scooped it up.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always sell. I posted them on my. I sold Squid Dudes, a couple of people's.
You really should open up do a specific post in Coil Wars for photography gear, because I know a lot of those guys would appreciate getting used.
I think it'd be good too. I have one, because I vote everything. It's not just everything that I say. I have a setups where the admins all vote for a world change or anything. Right. I got one person saying no, and everyone else haven't. There's only one no I got. So
majority rules, brother.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Say, this is my fucking page, motherfucker.
You're in my house.
All right?
Yeah, I don't like the whole power trip kind of thing. Like to leave
Fuck that. I'd be like, you know what? Who wants to vote this guy out?
Fire the dissenting
I don't know how you
opinions.
have so many fans. You know what it is? Is coil builders, we're fucking ruthless. We don't give a fuck. They love that shit.
Yeah, that it's kind of the same thing with see, I'm pretty easy, and I think most people are. I think it's a weird thing that goes on with the world today is like, I have a lot of moderators on my channel, a whole bunch, and people say that all the time. I got a lot of moderators. It's usually just whoever goes to the Patreon's a moderator. And it's good in a way because trolls come in and they're just like, fuck this. I ain't even fucking gonna.
They get the hammer.
Yeah, there's no fucking way I'm gonna be able to get anything across. And me, there's some days where I'm just like, I wish a motherfucker would. Go ahead and say something. I need something to talk about. Come on. And it doesn't get passed. But how people are these days, and I'm no exception at all. When you offend a certain person, even if that person, or try to offend a certain person, even if that person doesn't care, other people get offended for that person.
Oh, the tribalism. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like if somebody were to come at me, I probably wouldn't get offended, but people that watch would be like, oh, you don't fuck with him.
I have the same thing. Yeah. It's weird. I got to stop them. Like, whoa. Yeah. Don't even start it.
Yeah, and it's cool. I mean, that's love too. That's
That's
whatever.
They're supporting you, but
yeah, and I'm the same way. Like if people, lots of people are. You're protective of people that you like.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't
Just
fuck
grow up.
around when it comes to people being dicks to my friends.
Yeah, yeah. You could say whatever you want to me, but then
Right,
you know,
right,
it's
right.
just, yeah,
Yeah, some people don't like me because I'm straightforward like that, but oh well.
Yeah.
I don't have time in my life for pansies.
yeah. Yeah, other people just grew up in different times.
That's
too.
the thing. We grew up in a different era.
Mhm.
Things are different now.
Yeah, I'm an old man. I was born in the 70s.
Everybody's so goddamn sensitive.
You were born in the 70s?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Rambo's an old man, dude.
Same
You
here.
look good for being born in the 70s.
The two of them do.
See, I thought you were born in the 80s. I was like, man, he looks rough, but you were born.
Fucking brilliant. Man.
Seriously, though, you look good for your age, definitely. It doesn't
Thanks,
matter
man.
when in the 70s.
It's late 70s, but I can say the 70s, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
the early 78, you know.
absolutely.
But I don't know where the fuck my cord lock went to. Jesus, holy Jesus.
Holy Jesus. All right, I'm ready to rock and roll. Did you finish your alien, Nick? Oh no, okay, I see you.
About to try and parallel fuse a no stretch with 38 gauge, and I think I got it going in my favor because I'm using stainless steel 304 and it's a little softer. Plus it's 38 gauge.
Yeah, you're
But
gonna
I don't
get
trust
this.
doing it. I don't trust doing it without a slider. I can't find my cord lock. Oh, I found it. Ow. These things are fantastic. I've been using these for years, probably about 3 years now.
Just like the toggles from like a hoodie.
The what?
Is that like the toggles that you get on hoodies and stuff?
It's a cord lock. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
hoodie drawstring cord lock, but it's round,
Yeah.
so it spins better. I got it with my LT spinner when I got that like three and a half years ago when they first came out. They sent this with it. Troy Connolly, I forget what his IG handle is, but he did the wavy wire. He would do a decor and then hammer it down like 26 gauge, 21 gauge even. Like he was known for that, but he was an old school builder. But probably, you know, was it like 4 years ago? He was the first one to introduce these to the build community. For me, it's important to remember who did what, you know, because everybody contributed a little bit, and to be able to carry that down, you know, it's to the next, you know, builders and stuff, so they know, you know what I'm saying, and it's not all mystery to people, and you know.
Credit where credit's due and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, that cord lock was a game changer back then. I don't necessarily need it now for 3 core, but I'm doing something crazy, so it's gonna be my crutch. You know, but for when I do like big like 8 cores or something like that, I have that bad boy on. It's awesome too.
Oh god, I am gonna struggle with this. I can already tell.
Yeah, I'm getting very anxious myself. I'm getting ready to prep my cores up.
So now you guys are going to start understanding why I started laughing when you said alien stags. I knew it wasn't going to be too good. The first time's so hard, dude. It's really hard the first, and then probably halfway down though, you'll probably get a coil out of it. Especially if you guys made them big long decors, you're going to get at least a coil, maybe 2, if you have like 2 chances. But the first time, it's like you just got to understand what's going on.
I think I have my head wrapped around it.
Yeah.
I think I do. I'm already advanced with aliens, so I have a little bit of a head start. So like, if I do manage to pull this off, for you guys that have been building for like a year or something, I mean, I'm not saying that you won't, but don't get mad at yourself if you don't. Like, I just seen a guy do it his first time. What the hell? I must suck. No, I built thousands and thousands and thousands of aliens. But I'm probably still gonna fail. But I don't care. It's whatever.
Oh god. Okay. Okay. This is fucking ridiculous.
I wish I can get my macro like right up on this. This would be so dope.
Yeah,
Be able to
I
see the
don't.
parallel no stretch.
I don't have my macro currently, so this is as close as you guys are gonna be able to see right now. But if you can see, I'm fucking struggling with this. The no stretch with 36 trying to do this is not fun.
Yeah, 36. It's a little bit advanced for a no stretch. It is. It is. I mean, more than a little bit advanced. It's advanced.
I can't get it to lay down right. Should I? Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, I imagine that second alien's going to be super rough at no stretch. I imagine it's going to be super rough at no stretch.
But here goes my two cores. I'm gonna have to. If I fuck up, I'm gonna have to probably do it again.
I don't know. I don't know because I don't do no stretch often at all. But I imagine even if I was perfect at no stretch, I would still stretch that second one.
Here goes nothing.
I'm having a hard time keeping my cores in line.
Yeah, you have a lock on there or something, I think.
I didn't put the damn cord lock on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stabilize it more frequently than I thought.
That and 28 and 29 likes to twist when you alien.
It's twisting like a motherfucker. So
Yeah.
like even my alien is still twisted. So it's not a fun process.
I'm straightening my alien right now before I put them frames on because it's kind of important for it not to be twisted.
Yeah. Okay,
Ooh,
I'm
Nelly.
actually getting there. Man, even with 36, this is so hard to see.
Yeah, especially if your spacing's tight, it's going to be pretty hard to see.
I think I didn't space it enough. And the aliens like don't lay down like a stagger does, so it's like it's kind of difficult to get a pattern together.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is gonna go, but
You're scaring me now. Now I'm scared. Now I'm scared.
Richie
Fucking
Oliver,
should
damn
be.
you! What you got me doing over here?
I can't. Oh God, I need magnifying glasses. Oh, that laid in. Okay. Okay.
It's
Okay.
going.
Oh no. Okay. Fuck. Yo, fuck this coil. Oh
I just
God.
got 1 inch of it perfect.
Fuck you.
Wait,
Oh no, I fucked up.
are you doing your parallel right now, Dwayne?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I was going to say.
No.
I
I'm
don't-
parallel no stretching.
Once you get the hang of it, the parallel no stretch. Forget that shit.
That's what I'm doing right now.
I ain't doing that.
Yo, my goal this
I
coil.
got 1 inch of it perfect.
My
More than
goal
1 inch.
at this point is to get a length enough that I can do a macro shot and be like, yeah, look, I nailed that.
Yeah.
Cheat it. I don't know about you guys, but I hide my crimes on the bottom of coils all the fucking
Yeah.
time.
I've been guilty of that.
Hey, Big G, I want to say I am really impressed with your work, my friend.
Thank you very much.
It's
It's
your
good getting
shots are
back into it.
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm messing around, trying to get used to lighting and stuff again.
Yeah, you're doing a
just
good job.
Find my settings, you know.
Right. So, I do want to make an update. Last time we talked, somebody asked me about a macro rail, and I totally shit on it. But I've actually been thinking about that question. For some reason, I couldn't get it out of my mind. Excuse me, the beer. I'm going to do a 180 on the macro rail. If you can find a cheap one, unless you've got money to blow, absolutely get one. I'm actually going to get one, and I'm going to do side-by-side comparisons using one and not using one. But the precision that a macro rail offers is amazing. And what I really want to change my opinion on with
I
that
got
is if you're using a cell phone. Because with a cell phone, you can lock off your focus and then use the macro rail to just move through the entire coil, whereas you wouldn't be able to manually focus otherwise. So I think a macro rail could be an indispensable tool if you are using a cell phone or extension tubes or the reverse lens trick or some sort of attachment on the front of the lens. I think it definitely has its place, and I know a lot of people do use them and love them. I think the last time I played with one was a long time ago, and I don't think I gave it a fair shot. But thinking about it, I think it could be a really great tool for a lot of different use cases.
Oh yeah.
I just
there
nailed
was
my
a-
no stretch parallel. I did it. I messed up 1 inch and I got another like 9 inches, 10 inches right here. Perfect. Parallel. No stretch.
That should be plenty enough for 2 coils of an alien stag.
Dude, I'm stoked. I hope I can pull this one off and there's no overlaps and I can actually pull the one off. But I'm looking for, I got these little macro clip-on things that screw on I got a 72 millimeter lens and I ordered a Kodak magnifying that goes up to like 10 times, I think, or something. Yeah, it's 1 time, 2 time, 4 time, 10 time. Maybe I should put the 10 on and see if you guys can see this. I've never used these really. I actually put it on and it looked like dog shit, but for now, for a live show, I mean,
Dude, Rambo,
switch
extension tubes are where it's at.
I have 2 sets of them.
Oh, there you go. I put an extension tube on this because I sold that macro lens, so I don't currently have one right now. The next one that I got's coming in the mail, and so I put one on this 50, which I've never done before, and it was absolutely insane how close I was able to get.
I can't fit my Rain-X 250 on there. It's too big. It's a 72 millimeter. And the Rain-X will fit on my macro, but it won't go on my Sigma 17 to 70 millimeters. So I've got to get all this sorted out because I do want to be able to go live and show things up close.
Right.
I might have a switch panel and then have the overhead with a macro with a switch panel. And I could just move it over and switch the whatever camera it's using. I think I can do that.
Did I show you how I have my setup for overhead?
I briefly seen you in another show with Nick talking about it, but I didn't really get a good look.
Let's see if we can actually see it. Oh, no, that's not enough. Let's try again.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's on a
That's a
slider.
rig and a half.
Yeah, that's dope.
With oh wait, is this monitor in the way? So I've got the 2 C stands, and I also have my my LED panels rigged onto this setup.
Right.
And can you? No,
It
you
looks like a
can't.
drum. It looks like a drum rig.
Yeah.
Kenny's ready to drum for Rush.
That's dope, though. That's definitely dope. I'm gonna get something overhead too. How much is something
That
like
is
that?
awesome, man.
All right, so we can actually do that. All right, so the 2 C stands would probably be 300.
Okay, you lost me already. No kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, you can get a 3-pack for 150, but they don't come with the crossbar. But then, so you can get the crossbar for like $50, and that would give you what you needed to do the bar. But so I have 2 of the clampy guys that come with it holding the slider. The slider is only a $50 slider, and so I just have some. What the fuck are they called? They're shit. I forget what they're called. They're spigots. So they're like 3/8 to 1/4 inch little bars that just screw in together. And so I have those clamped and screwed into the slider because the slider has 1/4 holes to mount tripods. And then so I just have a ball head on the slider so I can adjust where this goes. I normally have my macro on it.
That's awesome.
So it's not all that expensive, and you can easily do it with just one, but it's not as stable.
Yeah. Well, I can't have my macro fall. I'll cry.
Well, no, it's not that it
Probably.
won't fall. It's just there's more wiggle because you're gonna have to offset the weight of your camera hanging on one. But it's these are meant for heavy weight. That's what they're made for.
It's
But
not.
so
Let me answer a question real quick. It's not hooked to the ceiling. It's two stand-up things on his side that make a U, well, an N over him. Or yeah, he's got
I was going
two
to say, you can-
stands and a
Oh,
bar
see,
going
that's a
across.
better view. Yeah, so they're all just it's set together, and then I mean that's a little bit of a crazier setup that I have in this corner.
Yeah.
With the
You
lights.
could also hook up a sex swing to it when you're done with the camera.
Yeah, exactly. These are great too. This is a little magic arm. They unscrew and then go in all different angles and then tighten down. So these are great for different uses, like if you want to hang little lights. Those I recommend highly. But yeah,
And
this
in
could be
case
done
it
relatively
rains-
cheap.
In case it rains, he's got an umbrella there.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the microphone's just on a Rode like mic arm thing.
That's a big arm, though, right? That looks like a pretty big microphone arm.
It's a beefy one. The Rode ones are way like they're worth the cheap metal ones. They're fine if like that's all you can afford. It'll do. But like I'm running all the wiring because I've got a dummy battery in this camera. I've got power to it, and I've got the HDMI to it. So there's a lot of weight, and I actually have a lot of other cables for like the lights and stuff. All go into the arm, and then down over my monitors and back to the computer and stuff.
Yeah.
So I need like it to be able to really support. Plus, I have a heavy mic on here. It's not just a light mic. It's a Sennheiser, studio mic. So it's kind of beefy and heavy, and so I needed the ability for it to hold. But I used to use the cheaper ones, and they'll definitely suffice if you don't have a ton of weight on them, because you can tighten the joints so they hold better.
This is Sennheiser. That's what I was telling you about for my wireless lavalier.
Yeah.
This is a Sennheiser, and I was told that they're really, really good. And I really
Sennheiser makes some good stuff.
The
Yeah,
sound
they
that
do.
I'm getting from this in my videos is amazing.
I like that mic a lot. It does sound good, and I actually think I would like a mic like that rather than the one on the boom.
So I use a Zoom H6 that's on my desk right here, and that works as an audio interface as well as a recorder. You can look them up.
Right.
They're awesome. I love it, and they're cheap now. We paid a lot for that when I got that, but I think they're only like $300, and it's definitely pricey for a recorder. But having the audio interface is awesome because I can plug 4 XLRs into it. So what I have is this is my receiver for my mic set. It's a Comica set, and
Nice.
so I have the transmitter and the receiver. And this goes right into my Zoom. So I could I'm using the boom now, but like when I did that photography live stream, I had this on and could go live with this and walk around my entire house and still get really nice audio. And
Yeah,
this is a
that's-
really cheap option compared to Sennheiser and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah,
built
I have to
like
look
they're
into it.
bricks. They're solid metal. They're really well built. Internal batteries. I highly recommend these things.
I ruined mine. Went from having it clipped on my side. I kept pushing pressure on the 3.5 millimeter jack.
Right.
It was like pushing up against my side, and I just kept, I broke it, but it was from Amazon. It's a off brand. So I got what I paid for.
Yeah.
I was just in a rush trying to get everything to start putting the shows out for everybody. Everybody's like, when are you finally going to get your channel going? I'm like, I want to have good stuff to do it. And I mean, I finally got the stuff, and I'm here now. So.
Here's the thing for
You
anybody
can-
considering that. People
You
will
can pick
watch
up the Rode Wireless Go for
Yes.
for about $200.
Yes, and there's also cheaper alternatives for half the price that sound just as good, if not better, on Amazon. Here's one thing: if you're gonna do any kind of video, anything, YouTube or streaming, people will deal with not great video quality, but they will not put up with shitty audio quality. Audio is more important than video in the majority of cases.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
It depends what you're doing, I think. It depends what you're doing. Because I think with the Coil building, I think the video is pretty important. I think it's a little
You need to be
more-
able to get in there and see it. Yeah. You actually
Yeah.
need to be able to see it.
But in the most case, Sherlock's right. In most
Right.
cases, like especially if you're just doing a video where you're sitting there talking, then the audio is super important. But
Right.
if you're actually showing, like most people don't show shit. Just about half the shit on YouTube,
Yeah.
nobody's showing anything unless it's somebody else's video.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a couple hobbies like, I'll watch some woodworking things, some people making art or something where video is pretty important. Audio is important too, but video is super important to be able to see what they're doing. But, yeah, um, I think the sound is definitely super important.
It
That's,
is. It can't. It shouldn't be overlooked,
yeah.
to say the least. So, but I'm a lead vocalist, and so, audio for me has always been important
Same here.
by nature. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can play guitar, but I mean, I only play guitar because so I can sing. Like,
Yeah.
but it got annoying. Like, come on over, jam. Like, no, I don't feel like it. But fuck it then. The problem is I'm lefty, so and I needed a left-handed guitar. It's not like I was able to just grab someone's guitar and be like, I'm gonna use this for a month or two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to actually go and commit and buy, and it's 15% more. So you're spending more for the same thing your friend got for less.
Oh, that's
Sherlock,
I just
shitty.
realised
you had the same question twice in the chat. What lens and cameras on the slide frame?
It's
I know you told me this before.
yeah.
But
So my main shooting camera is an A7 III, Sony A7 III. My backup camera, which is my photography camera, this is an A7R3, and I had the Tamron macro lens on it, but with the adapter, the autofocus just wasn't reliable at all because I was adapting a Canon lens to Sony. And so the autofocus just wasn't great, which is fine for the most use cases because I generally locked it off in manual anyway. But I use my equipment professionally, so like shooting weddings and stuff like that, I needed reliable autofocus, and it just got to a point for me that I needed to get rid of the Tamron and get the Sony native one for the autofocus.
I was gonna comment on right now when you autofocus in and out. I've got mine where I can't do that, but Nikon's not known for its autofocus.
Right.
So, but you went all the way in and zoomed in, and it picked right back up on you. I was like, damn.
yeah.
The Sony A7 III is amazing. I love that camera.
Just
Yeah.
realised you're lefty Rambo, but you build right-handed.
I'm ambidextrous, but I'm dominantly lefty. I right lefty. I pitch lefty, but I bat righty. I throw darts righty. I
Because
bowl
I'm
righty.
right-handed, but I build lefty.
Well, the thing is,
Me
is
too.
for
Drill
me
goes
is
in the
your,
left.
Me too.
your dominant hand
Yeah.
should spool. That's the hand that you're more accurate with. So you want to.
I'm not lefty, and I spool with my left hand.
Yeah,
Me
because
too.
you're
Me too.
the thing is because when you use the drill before, you always use the drill with your dominant hand. So when you started building, your dominant hand went right to the trigger.
Mhm.
Nope.
So when I tell people when they first start building, I tell them to use their
My
dominant
right hand's my spooling hand.
Yeah, I'm lefty and I use my left hand to spool. I mean
Yeah.
to fuse, and I feel I'm more accurate that way. I have more control.
Yeah.
I'm using my dominant hand to do it.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the way I do it. I use my dominant hand to fuse.
I had
as well.
Homeboy Josh switch during season 1 Coil Wars, and even said in the video, he's like, Rambo suggested me to use my dominant hand with the spool, and he goes, I'm instantly better.
I feel like that,
So that was
old
years
dog
ago.
new trick things comes in right now. For me, if I try, I'd have to start from square zero if I tried learning with my right
well,
hand.
I don't tell people to switch that have been doing it. That's why I just said I was like when somebody's starting new, I highly recommend that to them.
Yeah, there's definitely things in staggering that I feel my right hand. I build with my not dominant hand. I build with my left hand is my spool hand. I feel like some staggering, like when I have to zigzag, it would probably get better if if I had my right hand to do it. Other than that, like the aliens, I feel like I'd be learning it all over again.
Yeah.
I'd start going like this with the freaking decor. I'd be like, what's happening here?
Yo, this looks like shit.
Pulsing the spool. Mine decored perfect, man. I'm sitting here. I'm just about to straighten it out. I couldn't find
Well,
my.
good for you, Rambo.
I parallel fuse no stretch, but I use the slider. Usually I'm like no stretch, no slider.
Los Libras. That's what you're looking for there.
I need to get a headset like
Jeweler's
that.
lips. We're called.
Yeah, I want to get some of those. I got a lot of different varieties of magnification for building. I got the tabletop one that that comes over and with the LED lights, and
Shit.
I got multiple headsets, but I want them too. So I can do a full review. And when I do a video, I'm going to show all the ways to magnify. So I have to order those too.
Oh, I'd like to see that video because I need.
Yeah, I'm going to show you how I build with
something.
my phone. I'm going to show you how I build with my phone in the macro. That's how I get all my footage that you guys see. I don't use it on the macro on the camera. I use my phone for that.
Shit.
So,
My
but
fucking cores
lately
are
I've been using
twisting.
it.
What do I do, Nick?
Start over.
No, fuck you. No way.
You built with too much tension.
It's
Build less
28,
tension.
dude. It's gonna twist.
I just used 29. With no, mine barely twisted, and I used 29 parallel no stretch.
How the hell did you not twist them?
If you go back in the video and watch me later, you'll see my core was bowing because you don't pull back to get more to stop it from going parallel. You make the necessary adjustments because otherwise your core pays the price for it. So you leave it droop down a little bit, lose some tension, and that's why I absolutely love these tensioners that are on these types of coil rigs. I'm perfectly fine with using Crocs, but knowing that I have a tensioner on here for aliens, that's how I buzz through no stretch, no slider 4 feet at like 6,000 RPMs of aliens. I let that whole thing droop and I make the necessary adjustments as I'm going. My eyes are focused on the wire going on the fuse wire and then a piece of the core. So all I see is this. That's all I'm seeing. I watch that little circle right there, and as I'm going, as you know, because if you stay in the same angle and this core wire droops, you're gonna fuck up. You're gonna start spacing it, and then
Right.
as you're going uphill, you're gonna overlap it.
Right.
You gotta, so you just follow that and make sure that you make them adjustments all the way through. And when you're done, you didn't put as much torque on, pulling back, much, because your core wire is starting to lock up. It's locking the bearing up a little bit. You're adding too much tension. So that's something that takes a little practice to start doing right away, but you have to adjust your angle.
I'm gonna have to
Again,
rewatch this to figure out what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, I mean, and then when you get a shift, like if you see me in the video, like look over, you'll see my core drooping down. I always like it to have, the right amount of tension is important. I mean, it's not necessary. You can build them and untwist them when they twist up, but knowing the fact that you can minimize that is pretty important.
Yeah.
I was listening a lot. Your drill's clamped down, right?
Mine is.
Mine? Yeah,
Drill-
mine's in a, yeah, I put mine in a vise. So I got a 4-inch low profile vise on both sides. That's what holds my swivel side over here, and then I drop my drill into it.
I use these to hold my drill and my swivel.
No, motherfucker.
That works. That's what I got basically. Look.
I got them too. Yeah.
Yeah, I got like 6 of these things. I got so many. I'm telling you, I have a clamp fetish.
You can't have too many clamps at the build station.
Absolutely.
All different sizes will work for a bunch of different things.
Cocksucker.
I should be able to go close up soon, guys. I wanna make sure what I'm doing is what I'm doing. I think what I'm doing is what I'm doing. I'll show you what I'm doing.
Oh man, this is looking good. Should I leave the loop that I had on the initial prep on there?
What's that again?
My initial loop that I tied onto my onto the swivel, should I leave that on or should I just cut it off and
I leave it on and just loop the frames right over that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Because it's probably already tight and everything. So.
Yeah, this is spaced very nicely. Very, very nicely. I didn't twist it up very bad. It'd be cool to conquer this build live because it'll give me more confidence moving forward as I'm actually starting to do this stuff, Putting myself out there.
What's happening? What's going wrong? Oh, it's twisting. God damn it. But if I squish it...
That went good.
Okay, that works if I squish it. You know when you squish shit and it looks like you squished it? I hate that.
I can't see how many people are in here. How many people we got in here?
51 currently.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I got a $2 super chat earlier. Thank you very much. I forgot to address that. Thank you so much for that $2 donation. I really appreciate it. All right.
Now my question is, do I no stretch the final fuse?
I am, and it sucks.
I definitely wouldn't. Even if I was really good at no stretch, I wouldn't. Because it's so that second alien has to be stretched so perfectly. Like I've already stretched. Mine's going pretty damn good. Whether it's going to go good all the way, I'm not sure. Let me turn it
I
around.
can't stretch her. That's something I never even thought about. I can't stretch her.
I had to
My
stretch
door.
mine 3 times to get the proper stretch because
Yeah.
it just you have to really hone it into that space.
Yeah, like you would do for an Enigma.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, I'm really good at aliens, and I'm very good at no stretch. I think I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, I mean,
If
it
not,
looks
I can
like you
drop it
have
down.
enough. It looks like you have enough to do it twice anyway, so why not?
I am not
Yeah,
doing this
dude.
again if I fuck it up.
Yeah. I do have enough to do it twice. I just don't have room to stretch. Unless I like drape it, because this is my entrance to the house. I'm like looking in, like it's hard to explain, but this is my front windows. But that's my door. I really don't have. I'd have to stretch that way over the table.
Area, yeah. I set up my stations based on that I stretch aliens and have them behind me.
I no stretch everything. I mean, I was no stretching interlocking hedgehogs like 3 years ago when they first came out. So like,
Said I came out the womb no stretch.
oh man, man! As soon as I seen that was possible, I was all over it, man. I mastered that shit right away. I fell in love with it because I love aliens. I've always been good at making them. I was lucky enough to meet Richie Oliver when I first started building. I was a few months into it, and I met Richie Oliver in another Coil group similar to mine over on Facebook, and he taught me so much about aliens. I completely understood them when he was done with me. And then I was lucky enough for Staggers that I ran into Justin Trial. He's probably the best production builder for them in the world. I don't think anybody can beat him. Getting those things done.
Yeah.
He's ridiculous, and he taught me the peg method with the clamp. You see, Jubster did his spin off of that. He learned it from Justin as well. Justin taught me how to do staggers. That's why when I started doing staggers, I just kind of I was good at them right away. I understood what it took to make them. That's the biggest thing, is understanding what the mechanics of the build, and that's what both of those guys taught me. Some people are like, "Here, do this, do this, do this," and you do it just because it works. Like, don't explain why it works. It was pretty bad back then for that stuff. You got to watch like 5 videos to figure one thing out. At least there was some people who were doing it, but it was just tough to get all the info in one spot.
My my fuse is not falling in the core alien well.
Is it laying over it? You're gonna roll over it if it's laying on. I'm sure you can roll it in like a staggerton.
Yeah,
as long as you're laying on top of them
shit.
grooves. As you're laying on top of them grooves, I would just make sure that it's consistent and roll over it, dude. It'll probably be perfectly tight, just like a staggerton. Just try to make sure they're on top of it.
I want it like more curved, and it's not like falling in the way I want it to.
That's the D-core choice. That's the 24. It has to be overstretched to do that. The 24 over the 28. Like I'm using 24 over 29, which is a big difference. You think, you would think 29, 28 aren't different, but when you're talking about 5 cores, that's a big difference.
Yeah, the D-core matters. If it's sometimes you want to understretch or overstretch.
Actually, 22 might even work. It's just it's a big difference because it's not just like a 5-core 28, because you also have that 36 spacing the 3 cores from the 2 frames. So it's making it even a bigger alien than a 5-core.
I don't like this fucking build. Fuck you for suggesting this, Nick.
I didn't suggest it. Your chat suggested it. I laughed at it. I thought that. I was thinking like, that's probably not a good idea.
I'm about to make it my bitch. Watch.
Well, of course you are, Rambo.
Oh, it's not like I do them or something. I got one picture from like 2 years ago, and it's super space and ridiculous looking. It's on my IG before I even knew how to take good pictures. It's a horrible photo. That's how long ago it was. That's the last time I did it.
Big G, I envy you right now, brother.
I've only managed it once though. That what you saw is the first time I actually managed.
I'm gonna fucking do it.
It took me
Man.
quite a few times before I actually nailed it. And if you saw it up close, one of the coils is like next to perfect. The other one is a bit, eh.
If I get these perfect, I'm gonna run them in a series and install and get a
Look
bunch
at
of shots
fucking
off.
Nick's just rocking them.
No.
Fuck you too, Nick. Bastard can hear me right now too. I know he can.
Oh, I hear you.
So for everybody who's watching this currently, don't fucking tell anybody, but I'm gonna take a picture of the little tiny spot that I have together and make it look like I nailed this build.
And I'm gonna repost it, and I'm gonna be like, "Look how Sherlock nailed this fucking build first time."
Oh fuck. This is fun, guys. I'm glad we did this tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Got
Suggesting
me
this
building.
build.
It's like, I'm enjoying it, but never again.
None of you guys are coming on again. Fuck you all.
Right. Next week we're doing fucking stagger fuse Claptons, 2/4.
yeah. We're doing fucking Claptons.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I done a set of series stagger fuse Claptons, just 2 core for the Ardent. Jesus Christ, it's amazing.
Man, there's something to some of those simpler builds.
Yeah, because I was just using like normal fuse Claptons, like 28 gauge, and they were all right, you know. But I thought, no, I'm going to try a staggered fuse Clapton with this, and it is gorgeous.
Yeah, staggered fuses are great.
Man, I don't know. I'm gonna need something to hold this.
Yeah, you're struggling now, huh?
No, I'm gonna extend the frames. I'm gonna float the core. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm a fucking genius. I know. You ain't gotta tell me.
You're the most modest builder I've ever met. I've been no stretching since the womb.
Man, I it's just, you know, it's, I don't know.
Dude, I'm with you on the no stretch stuff.
I like to learn every method, and I fell in love with it, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
It's just,
me too.
it helped my production building significantly. Like, I was making decent money when I was doing it, and I was able to keep up with shop orders instantly. And nobody was behind anymore, you know? Which,
Yeah.
for me, that was huge. Like, that was, you know, like, I fell in love with it.
Are you still building production or no?
I do sometimes for shops. I got one guy that's local that, you know, I'm making what does he want? 200? 200, yeah, 200 sets of fuse collapses. No, 100. 100. I got to make 200 sticks of coils. It's 100 sets he wants. So, I mean, just little stuff like that. But I got my bead lathe set up. I got to reset it up again so I can spin high speeds for that. And I got all the alloy bearings and the flat chuck and stuff from Adam Custom Designs. By the way, the Adam Custom Designs is sponsoring the build off, sponsoring prizes. So
Awesome.
the Master Tear and Beginner Tear will get the bearing housing that he gives with a ceramic bearing in it. It's really, really nice. That stuff like that will last forever. And the same thing, he's sending flat chucks, and I think he's given a corrugator to the advanced tier winner, so they get one extra thing. So
Awesome.
he's already shipped those out. They're coming to me. I also purchased a corrugator from him because, you know, the stuff he makes is gonna last forever. Period. I mean, I have one. I have the Hobby Lobby one. I've had this thing forever, but I just want one from him. So I gave him some money for mine while he was sending me the other stuff for free. But that's super cool that he's sponsoring the event. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah.
So, I mean, it'd be nice to get a wire sponsor. It really would. I probably got to reach out to somebody. But you know, there's no builder that's going to say they don't want wire. You know, I mean, if I go out and purchase an RDA and a mod and add it in, you know, because we still have money from the last build off from selling the build mats and the merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
So that money goes to the group. Like, that's been sitting in the account the whole time. Like, I don't touch that. It's not my money.
I wanted to. I'll talk to you after the show, but I did want to put something into the prize thing. But there's a stipulation on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sending you out a package here, this week. I'll throw some stuff in for prizes.
Sweet.
I'll put it in. I'll put it
my
in
well
Zoom
wishes.
chat. Dwayne, I'm gonna put it in Zoom chat. What I wanted to do.
I don't think I can
I'm just
pull up
gonna
chat
send some
without
good
it
luck.
showing.
All right. Well, if they see it, they see it.
Do you want it to be a surprise?
If they see it, they see it. No, it'll be a surprise to Coil Wars group.
Okay.
I posted this link in the group.
You know what I wish we could do is go live on Instagram and
Yeah.
and YouTube, and I'm trying to figure out how to do live to Facebook as well. I figured out one option, but it's expensive. You want to do? Oh, we should set up. Yeah, all right. We should play some bets on who we think's gonna win.
So he's on my build team. So I imagine
Guy's a monster.
it's basically just that prize forever wins, right?
Yeah.
It's just a funny way of saying it.
Yeah. Why do people go through and like a million of your photos at once?
Show you love.
Because I can tell you why. First of all, it's kind of like all right, this might be a mean way of saying it, but it is kind of like look at me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It is also like, I like what you're doing. And a lot of times people will like take a screenshot of that and post it up. I don't do that. I don't either. Yeah, it makes my Instagram look like shit. So I don't do that. I like the thing about Instagram is your pictures all together look good. And once you even when I put up something like if I were to have all these Coil pictures and then say look at this fucking food I just ate today. It looks like stupid.
Yeah, out of place.
But if I have all these blacked out pictures with just silver coils there, that looks good.
Yeah, I'm getting my Instagram back to that.
Yeah, even if I were to put up all these Coil pictures and a picture of my daughter it's somewhere randomly in there, it looks fucking weird.
Yeah.
I want to set up another Facebook because now I'm about to open up my Facebook to anybody, and then I should set up another Facebook for family because now it's just getting messy.
I started accepting anybody to my Facebook, and now I limit. Because Jess takes a lot of family photos, and I don't want that shit all over the internet,
Yeah. Once people, yeah.
That was my spot. That's not my personality. That's not my public social media. That was for my high school, college friends, family. But now it's I kind of didn't think it through when I started accepting everybody.
Yeah, there should be one social media just for family. That's what my Facebook used to be. But then I would you would get close to some people that you talk to.
That's what happened.
Basically, what if I friend Sherlock Holmes on Facebook, and then it's all right, and then I friend Wire Talk with Big G, and then I friend everybody on the Resistance crew. Then one person leaves the Resistance crew. Then it's well, if I'm friends with him, why shouldn't I be friends with him on Facebook? And then you have everybody on there. Just
that's
all the
exactly what happened to me.
And that's cool. It's cool to have that, but you also want one with just your family. Here's our Christmas pictures, but I don't want everybody seeing inside my fucking house.
Right. Yeah. I don't want to be famous. I don't want every move I make scrutinized. And I just don't want, I have no interest in that.
Plus, I put a lot of stupid shit on Facebook that my family sees. And the funny thing is my closer family, they get me. They're just my mom cracks the fuck up at some of the shit that I fucking say.
Me too.
She sends me my mom sends me gay jokes and stuff. This is what my mom sent me the other day. It
Are
said,
you gay?
No.
Oh,
Dude. We let my daughter on Facebook.
it's okay
right?
if you are. I don't think any less of you.
We let my daughter on
Nick,
Facebook.
you can be honest with us here. This is a safe spot, dude.
We let my daughter on Facebook, right? And then 2 months later, she's like, "Dad, are you gay?" So my mom sent me this thing. It said, Philadelphia tenants, watch out. Landlords are excusing your rent for sexual favors. And she said, Nick, watch out. I said $1,200 is $1,200. Jeez.
Amen.
All right, here goes the no stretch over to final fuse. I put a lot of support on this. I probably shouldn't have did all that's overkill, but whatever.
That's probably a good idea. I got one coil. Going on the second coil.
I need a cordless drill for shit like this. This is where I wish I had a cordless drill. See how Rambo's is operating? That's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Without having to do a hand drill that's like ridiculously slow and makes my arm hurt after doing it. I need more control than this fucking thing. I'm gonna be the one that fails this build, and these two guys are gonna make me look like shit. Yeah, I'm kicking them out of Zoom. It's just gonna be me and you, Big G. We're just gonna bullshit. I gotta stop inviting better builders than me on my show.
Big G nailed it too, just to let you know.
Oh, fuck it. I'm doing a solo show. Fuck you all.
I was getting it.
Yes! Yes, yes, yes! I revel in your misery. I'm taking a break on mine before I throw my fucking drill on a live stream. Oh, all right. I'll show you guys what I got going on. So, unfortunately, it's not like real macro. It's not as macro as it normally is. I wish I could show you guys better what I have going on here. But, so, like, there's some parts of it that are laying down correctly, but I'm having a really hard time figuring out... well, it's not so much the feel. There's a couple things I'm struggling with. One, my cores keep moving, and number two, like Nick was saying, I probably should have done a bigger D-core because it's not, no matter how much tension I put on, and like, if you could see up close, which I wish you, oh, actually, you know what, it might not even be in focus all the way. That's hard to say, but so I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. I've been experimenting with different tensions and pre-stretches, and no matter how I do it, so less tension, less stretch, more stretch, I can't get it to like fit in the groove real well. Like the wrap, my current wrap isn't fitting into my core alien well. And that's because of the D-core, I think. So there's like little sections that look good, but then even using that same tension, it starts to just get wonky on me, or the cores start to twist. And honestly, I probably, at this point with how I'm doing this, I should probably just throw the hand drill in. Because when I do it, and I could go down, if my cores would stay, I could go all the way through and just maintain the correct tension and angle and just get it in. But because the cores keep folding over each other, I can't do that. So I'm kind of at a loss for the best way to proceed. And it looks better when I actually run it. But then the issue there is, oh, see, I wish you could really see. I wish I had my macro. That looks better than I've gotten so far, but one of my cores has kind of folded underneath the alien core. So then I've got to come back and smush it out, and it looks like I smushed it out. Actually, that doesn't look all that bad. Maybe I'll just keep rolling with that. And I'm literally going like an inch at a time. But then every time I stop, I fuck it up. That's why I don't like using so much stabilizer. It looks janky every time I stop. I've got the feel and the tension down. Like it looks okay, but the cores fall under, and I've got to really fucking jam them with the smooth pliers to get it flat, and I feel like it's just looking too smushed. But it's hard to say because I have really bad eyes, and B, well, that's it. I just can't fucking see a goddamn thing. Is that in focus? I can't even tell, to be honest with you. But so that's kind of that's where I'm at with this.
Yeah, it's in focus.
It's
I
like
almost had 2 coils. Fucker. Looks like I'm only getting 1 coil.
I gotta hop over to my OBS and put it on so I can zoom in and get a good shot of. I'm done, Mike.
fuck. I just fucked up. See, that's what's weird. Like I was doing the same tension angle and.
I'll install this in the Ghoul. It'll be a single. I'm happy with it. It's perfect for the 1 coil. Absolutely perfect with 38 gauge. I got enough for a big ass coil though, I think. All right. Yeah.
If I don't fuck anything up, I can get 1 clean coil, but I'm not holding my breath on that.
Well, I'll send you mine, so we got a duel.
Here we go. That's teamwork right there. And you know what else doesn't help is that my inner alien is kind of wonky. Like it's not perfectly straight.
Mine came out really nice, the piece that I got. Like that was my first time getting a feeling for it. I no stretched the parallel and then I no stretched the final fuse. So it was a feeling that I had to get used to, but I mean I could probably take it off, but I don't want to risk it. You know, I have enough for it to do it again.
See, fuck it. What happens is my cores fold under, and then the alien doesn't lay down correctly because it's not the same width because they clump in.
I floated my just like I do with I don't know if you watched my last tutorial on frame staple, but I did the same thing when I added these frames on. I pulled them all the way. I extended the frames beyond the core and tied those in like a fuse Clapton. When I pulled tight on it before I fixed the glue on the end of the inner core, when I pull tight on it, that pulls that tight up against up against the core. It adjusted when you pull down on it before you glue down the initial alien prep. Basically, it's floating the core. Except for it's floating because it ain't even hooked up over here either. I got to glue down over here. Only the frames are connected on both sides. That way, when I pull and give some tension, I don't have to give massive tension, and it'll get those tight. You know.
Yeah. See, I should pull out the hand drill for what I'm doing because this is tough to do.
I'm half tempted to make the other coil, but I do have a Ghoul that I never put a nice build in. And I got the drop solo too. I've been neglecting those coils, them RDAs.
The drop
This is stainless
solo.
steel.
I didn't even know that was a fucking RDA.
Yeah. I didn't really want it, but I went in a vape shop in Indiana that I really liked that vape shop, so I was just supporting the shop, and I bought the only thing in there that I thought I would possibly like. You know.
Lots of people like that RDA.
Do they?
Yeah.
I haven't used it yet.
What?
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I don't like single coils too much, but it does look pretty promising.
I am a single coil guy.
Single coil RDAs?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite?
It's been a while since I actually had one that I fell in love with. I mean, I got the Death Trap 30 millimeter. The Pulse was the last one that I was using that I really liked when the Pulse came out. The Pulse 22 and then the 24. I really liked those, but the 24 was a dual coil.
Yeah.
I don't remember what ones I had before that. What did I have before that? I think
Dude,
I had to go VOD.
Point blank. It's fucking amazing.
The way I look at it though is if I build a big crazy coil that I don't want to vape 180 watts, you know what I'm saying? I can still vape them coils as a single coil, you know, and then have enough mass, you know. Let's face it, some of the coils that we build are like 4 regular coils in one.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you really only need to run that one. It's got so much surface area, you know. But I want the Hadley or the other one that's like the Hadley that came out. Them I want. I'm a mixer, so you know, and then to be able to re-wick just one wick when you're testing what you're doing is pretty important. So that's kind of why I bought the solo. When I was thinking, fuck it, if it's good, then you know, then I'll use it for formulating recipes. I always forget that word, formulating. Like it's a big word or something. I always just brain fart every time I go to say it.
Jesus, Nick.
This stainless steel is gonna pulse really, really nice. This is gonna look good. I can make one big ass coil. I only needed a little bit more, another inch, and I would have had 2 coils, 2 nice 4 wraps.
I'm gonna flatten these out with the pasta roller, I think. But
Yeah, I've got to roll over mine.
Do it.
I hope I got mine good. I might be wrong. Let's see here.
Oh yeah.
I need to flatten it.
I need
Oh
more.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I might. Oh no! Why did I do that? I just dropped like 50 little clippings out, like my pitchfork and all them clippings. I put them in a little tiny tub and I just dumped them all out. So hopefully I got it. We'll see now when I roll it.
Hey, whoever's suggestion this coil was, please unsubscribe.
Get out of here!
Thought it went pretty well.
I should have spaced this more too, huh?
I can't see yours.
It's tight as fuck. It's like too tight in a lot of spots.
Yeah, see, it can act. The alien could actually fall over, and then you could flatten it. They look so much better when they're flattened. But
yours looks
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, but you could see the one is actually tighter than the other. The top one is probably tighter than the bottom. It might just be the angle. But you could get them even tighter than that.
Your grooves match up and shit.
Yeah. It's not easy the first time. It's not an easy coil. It's not. It's a fast coil, but it's not an easy coil. But once you start getting them, like, you could bang them out pretty quickly. We are close.
I want to be able to show you guys this. I don't know if I got. Maybe I'll screw on them cheap little macro things that I got.
Yeah, try them, dude.
Let me get out the pasta roll. I'll actually wrap these up.
Yeah, I rolled
so
mine
you're
with.
actually gonna flatten them.
Yeah.
I just flattened mine.
I'm just gonna throw them through the pasta roller real quick. I mean, you could do the thing. Like, I don't know if you just seen. Were they able to see how you did it, Dwayne?
I doubt it.
Alright.
I'm not really not set up to show people.
Use an old neck tube
So-
as well.
How Dwayne did it. Let me find my stainless steel mod because this is probably the most.
Yeah, it's same thing. You can use a mod, but I use my weight for my my scale for mixing e-liquid.
Here it is. All right. So I have this is called a Praxis mod, but it's a clone. The real Praxis was expensive, but it's a clone. I bought it for $9. It's a stainless steel mod with a stainless. I don't know if this can't be stainless steel because it looks tarnished as fuck. But this is a steel block that's from a jeweler set, from a jeweler block and hammer that I use for like cat tracks and stuff. So you could just flatten out like this. You could just take them and you could just roll it out. So it's 2 pieces of steel, just flattening it out. And this works just fine. This is how I used to do all of them until somebody got me a pasta roller. And then I started using that. But this will actually flatten out wires even more.
Yeah.
Sometimes, depending on how flat.
Some builds you have to be careful doing that too. You can ruin a build that way. So
Yeah.
I have.
You got to use light, like even just a little bit of pressure on there will do a lot. You don't have to go and fucking flatten it down unless you're really trying to flatten something out. Like this might not even fit through the pasta roller now that I just did that. This is on the tightest setting and it'll roll. It'll roll.
Yeah, I'm at my end. I don't have enough for a full coil here, and I fucked this big chunk up. But I have like a section of 2 inches that looks decent.
I think I got it. I'm looking at mine under macro right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna call
38
this
gauge
a
is hard
fail.
to see. So, can I send you a picture? Can you pop it up on here if I send you a picture?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a picture of what I just took. The whole thing's consistent for about 4 inches, just like that.
Actually, you know what?
But
I can show you guys what I have here. Where's my extension tubes? Here they are.
It's a shitty photo, but you can see though for sure.
Let's see.
I might polish this.
That would probably be awesome.
Yeah, it's stainless steel 304 as well. You know,
Did you find 38 or 36?
38 stainless steel 304.
Have you ever polished 38?
I don't know.
I haven't. I know it's possible, but I've never
Well,
done.
I was gonna start with, 38. I may as well start with 2,000, go up to 4,000.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to roll over this again.
This is so narrow, guys. I'm sorry. It's hard to keep this in focus with my arms above my head like this. You can see where, like,
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't laying down correctly. And my grooves just didn't match up well. And I think that's where that decor size really fucked me. And like some points it was okay, and then even holding the same tension, it just kind of fell out for me. And a lot of this is because I squished it and like kind of made it work.
I may as well try the macro clip. Oh.
But
Fine.
so that's my fail.
Am I gonna be able to see? Oh, I seen it. It didn't look bad. Hold on. I hope I could rewind. Can we rewind on? Oh, I can. Yeah, you got some tight spacing there for sure.
That's the other thing. Some of them wouldn't. I had to crimp them to get them in the spacing.
That ain't bad, dude. That ain't bad. That's actually, yeah, that's a lot like how my first one went.
You're just trying to make me feel better. I appreciate it.
No, dude, it's not easy. It's not. When I first seen one, so actually during Coil Wars, the season 1, it was the Alien Challenge, and I was actually I wasn't trying to do an Alien Stag, I was trying to do regular staggered frames and alien them. And I couldn't get it. So I made something that I could do. And it was impossible. And Rambo to you did an Alien Stag in that.
That's how he got in. He won with that one. I mean, not won, but he got in with the most amount of votes with that build.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, he fucking did it. That's fucking crazy.
I can't show
him. I ended up winning the Alien round, but I actually thought that was more impressive.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
No, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Let me
hard
see
to
the
keep
tight,
that
man.
focal plane, but
Yeah, trying. I can't see really. I think they're right.
hey, who wants to do drunk coil building with me?
What?
Drunk coil building.
I just did it, dude.
No,
I
but
wanted
I'm
to go get
talking
beer,
like
but everyone's closed now.
shit-faced drunk, trying to build coil.
Oh, I'm gonna need some tequila for that shit.
So I would definitely do it. I need a cup, dude. Last Saturday on Big G's channel, I almost didn't buy beer all this week because I woke up so hungover. I drank that night, and I drank it was only 8 beers or something. It was but they were I got the IPAs that were 9% alcohol, and I don't.
You're like me, though. You don't drink very often.
Yeah, and I woke up with a bad hangover all fucking day. And this whole week, I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to not drink anymore. And I just walked past the beer store today. I got 2. I got 2 beers. That's it. 2 low alcohol beers. That's it.
I'm gonna host a show at some point where it's like everybody has to come with the bottle, and we're gonna take a shot every 30 minutes and try to build coils.
You would definitely have to give me a heads up on that because I don't buy liquor much. There is a
Me
couple
either.
liquors I want to try.
I'm ordering mine down. So we need to use vodka. You can't tell.
I want to try Buffalo Trace whiskey. I've been wanting to try that.
Damn it, I want to be able to show mine.
We'll do it in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I'm so not set up.
I can just imagine me trying to braid drunk.
Man, I have one bad spot. I'd have 2 coils. It's like a half-inch bad spot, though. I lost it there.
Put it on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's a half an inch.
Oh yeah, it's a little too much, huh?
Yeah.
Do a 2 wrap.
You know, if I'm gonna do one coil, I may as well polish it. I'll polish it later. I'll run this through a series of photos. Oh man, I'm cut off bad. Messing with your camera, Rambo. Am I good now?
Yeah.
This is the first time I set up like this. Very first. It's a milestone for me.
It looks good. You're ready to live stream on your channel now.
Yeah, huh? I finally paid for the that little app for my capture device app or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
It's like capture device software. It was nice when I came back and I seen that big old goofy name off of there.
Yeah,
It was funny,
their
you could drop
logo
them
is
little-
so shit too.
Yeah, and you can put them little funny characters in this and stuff. It's so funny. Like you can Sonic the Hedgehog and all them jump in.
Do you guys know you could do this with Zoom?
Oh, yeah.
I just learned this. It's awesome.
Hold on, I didn't see. One sec. Let me finish this up. I could go over to Zoom and look. Okay. Would you? Ooh.
So
You're in the weeds. That shirt's out of this world. Oh, there it is.
My grandma showed me that. We were doing a happy hour Zoom chat. And I was like, how are you better at this than I am? You're 80.
He's got a sloth on his shoulder.
How did you do that?
you do it all through Sparko Cam. You can put Sonic the Hedgehog, Bugs Bunny.
Oh, that's awesome.
See my. It's so hard to set up my cam link. It's just it doesn't. It doesn't.
The Elgato?
No, it's like funny faces and stuff, but it's so hard to set up on this. I don't understand it sometimes.
Do it across the bottom, Rambo. There you go.
Where your bottom's cut off. Is this the bottom?
No,
I'm
lower.
looking at my lap right now.
Little lower, right there, right there. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's scrolling Home Improvement across the bottom.
I had it on the whole time, but it got cropped out.
Is that in Zoom or in OBS that you guys are doing that?
This is my capture device software.
Okay.
Sparko Cam. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's probably not 100% perfect. I'll know once I get the macro in. I got such bad eyes.
What kind of magnifying glasses should I get?
I like the ones that I have quite a bit. These are
Jeweler's loops.
yeah, they're jeweler's loops. These are also called watchmaker glasses, but they have a light on them. This light is dead because of the battery, but my other one's good.
Here we go.
These are nice. like this. They come. They're
Yeah.
not. They probably don't go in as close as Nick's does. So that's why I can't wait to try Nick's. But these pop off, and you get like 5 different types of these, and they go in a plastic case. You can change your glass,
Yeah.
and it
Use
has
that
it has a USB LED on them, so you can recharge it through a USB charger.
That's better. I wish they'd done a USB for those ones.
Yeah.
Oh man, Rambo's got the
'Cause I
expensive ones.
I killed the batteries in mine kidding on I was a Chemical Brothers.
You were in the
Yeah,
chemical.
I was at a
Brothers?
rave, just kept the lights on.
I think Nick, you can see better with Nick's, and I'm gonna buy those because I do want to cover every way of seeing things. And coming from a guy that's blind and I can build as accurate as I can, I depend on this stuff. So, and then I feel I should make a video covering that. And
This comes with 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25 loops, 2 of each one. I use the 10s.
yeah, I can only
I think
imagine
that's what
going
I've got in
further.
mine.
Yeah, you're
I
getting
use
it.
the 10s, and that's plenty.
You're getting
Yeah.
in there. I can't get in that close with my headset.
Yeah.
I use my phone with 10. The clip on. This is the clip on Homeboy Josh sent me.
Yeah.
And this is 10 times, and this is what I've taken all my photos on Instagram with until recently. All my macro footage and everything, I build through this. I clip this on an iPhone 6s Plus, and all my photos and my building videos and everything are from this. And that's how I build. I use this setup here with a selfie stick and a little vise with the swivel part on there, so I can cock it on an angle, and then I drop my phone with the macro clip right over the build, and I watch what I'm doing the whole time. I can sit back. I'm not straining my eyes. I'm not straining my back. I can sit back and relax and just bob and weave with the drill, hitting in every stagger I need to be hitting.
I love that idea.
It's awesome.
You got to make sure your phone's charged all the time. Huh?
I have a 6 foot right here. I have a 6 foot cord that I run. I got it stretched across the room.
I could do that with my camera. I use one of my dual monitors for a reference monitor, so I could ideally have it 24 inches right in front of me.
Yeah, I've been building that way for years. Ever since you see me doing the more intricate stuff is when I started doing that, and I could see it is when I started getting real good. I can't see. I was dependent on reflection with light, and it hurts your eyes sitting there straining looking at reflection to see patterns. And I can actually just see it, and all I gotta do is push record, and I show all you guys. I can just go in the group and post it. Boom, here's what I'm building.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
You expect that when you're born in 1970, though,
The year of Yoda. Beginning of 78. I'm not that old.
Yeah, I know. I actually realized Rambo's
the end of 78.
that I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The oldest one in the room.
Yeah, 78. Yeah, that's exactly. I always forget that's on there.
Yeah.
76 here.
76.
And you're the best looking, G.
Yeah. I
What
still
were the
got most
Irish
of my
dinosaurs like?
Cave girl sex was the best.
Yep. Beat them over the head. Have your way.
Come on over to my cave, baby. Come on, it's my birthday.
I haven't polished a build in forever, and I'm debating what should I wrap this on. I need like a longer stick, right? Or just use my Coil Master bit.
Usually a drill bit is the best.
That's
for
what
me.
I use. A drill bit.
I got some too. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I know better. The last time I did it, that's actually what I did. Actually, the last time I did it is what caused me to go buy these. I don't really drill much. I'm a plumber. If we drill, I'm using a big ass hammer drill, drilling through foundations to bring pipes out and stuff. We don't really use like little drills like this. Drill bits. I mostly use my pipe wrench and channel axe. I'm a plumber,
Well, yeah. Hold on a second. Let me check this.
My rotting machines. So.
Yep, we have more people watching than Red Band. And Red Band is a channel that has 1 second. 1 second.
Who?
25. He has less subscribers. Wow, Red Band has less subscribers than Sherlock Holmes. Imagine that.
Sherlock's channel is fucking huge, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I feel like
awesome.
you know what it feels like? Feels like I still have 2,000 subscribers sitting in my basement.
Yeah, I'm creeping up on 600. Woohoo!
Yeah, they do you dirty.
Yeah,
I think I'm.
Dude, you're known, Rambo. Your name's bigger than mine.
Yeah, okay. That's why I got all them subscribers like you got.
Well, that's just gonna take time to transfer everybody over, but it'll happen.
Yeah. I'm known by builders, and really what I want to do is lure in people who aren't builders. I'm going to help the builders with tutorials and stuff, obviously, because that's what I do all day in the group. This makes it easier because when people start asking questions, I can just start dropping links. I put 20 plus hours of video in, and it's not easy going back and forth because of macro and, getting all the right angles, the right lighting and stuff. And but so that'll go out. But I really want to lure in a whole new generation of builders, and that was the whole idea with Coil Wars Season 1 with Homeboy Josh. I noticed the fall off of builders, and I was like, if we were to do, and at that time, there was never a build off on YouTube. So I messaged Homeboy Josh. I'm like, dude, let's do a build off, and he's like, man, that's not a bad idea. I'm like, we'll do it on your channel. That'd be awesome. And he's like, well, I got a lot going on. It took me months to talk him into it, but you know, it worked out awesome. It was the first time being on the YouTube channel. He's like, what would we call it? Off the top of my head, I'm like, Coil Wars. He's like, I love it. And he came up with the intro, all the words. He did that part. I told him Coil Wars. Well, actually, how it happened was I woke up one day and he messaged me and he's like, so you got any more ideas? We were talking like all day, every day during this. And he messaged me, you got any ideas on an intro? And I was like, funny you say that. I just had a dream that Coil Wars was starting out like Star Wars, scrolling back. And he's like, I could do that. He's like, I could do that. And he already had everything written all out. And he goes, I'll put everything that I wrote out, that I wrote out, because this was August, right before the predicate date of August 6, August 16, 2016, August 8, 2016. So this was what the whole thing that,
God,
motivated
that was a
Josh.
scary time.
Yeah, so if you read the intro, it talks about that. August 8th, 2016 is upon us. We're going to war. This is to show all the. Read what he said, dude. He wrote all that, which was awesome. When I really got him into it, when he really started feeling it, he's like he hopped off the messenger with me, and went and wrote all that up. And like an hour later, he popped it into my thing. I'm like, this is fucking sick. I love this. I was like, so this means we're doing it, right?
Yeah, he really went with that theme.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The collaboration works. I mean, he always asks me, he's like, why would you pick me? He's like, you talked to Squid Dude, you talked to all these other bigger names. He's like, why'd you pick? I'm like, dude, you were perfect. Perfect for the job. And
Just
I was right
quirky
about it.
enough to go with it.
Yeah, I mean, he's chill, relaxed. He's a Coil fan. He wasn't the best Coil builder, but he admired it. He knew all the old school builders by Instagram name, and I mean, he was a huge fan of Coil building. And doing Coil tutorials and stuff. He was perfect for the job, and he was doing great videos. Like his footage and everything was clear.
Videos were immense.
Yeah. His show was awesome. So I mean, I knew that he was in a nail Coil Wars. I knew it. He was my first pick, and it took some talking to get him to do it, but. I mean, I regret nothing. The only thing I regret is him giving up. I probably should have helped more. You know, nowadays, because he wanted me to host every other season, and I was like, I'll get everything and learn it, and that's what he kept pushing me. He's like, open the channel, open the channel. I mean, that was what 3 years ago now, and I'm just getting a good channel going.
Well, you can carry
Terrible.
the torch now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk. His birthday just passed like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I texted him, check up on him, and everything's going good and stuff. But he lost all passion for this stuff, that's sad, But it happens, Once he got demonetized and he had so much time and money put into it, and I'm sure you're promising the wife, you're doing good, and and your wife is like, come on, you're spending a lot of money, a lot of time, and you're promising her results, and then YouTube turns around and takes it away. How do you answer to that? And I'm not saying that's what happened, but I mean that's just one way it could play itself out. This shit ain't cheap. I spent thousands of dollars to get set up. I spent thousands of dollars to get set up. If I had a wife, she'd be so pissed at me right now. It wouldn't even be funny. But I'd be getting divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta weigh your thing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you'll see, and it's the thing is like you'll see it in the comments too. I get it all the time. Like the better quality would probably spread it out more, and then it's like, yeah, but how much would it spread it out, and then how much of a risk am I taking just so?
Yeah. It'll spread my pocket out real thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be really expensive.
Yeah.
But I don't regret getting all this stuff. I'm having fun with it right now.
It's also super valuable, all the cameras and stuff. Like you could always get, like, as long as you don't lowball yourself too much, that shit will always be worth something.
Yeah. Don't get the cheap stuff like the snowball. This was a mistake. I'll never use that. But it's not even worth selling.
Did I have so much gear trying to cheap out that I spent way more on trying to not spend a ton of money than if I just bought the better stuff that I should have bought from the beginning.
You get what you pay for. Not
Yeah.
all the time with photography. A lot of times with photography stuff too, you're buying a name, so you got to
Right.
a lot of
Right.
research goes behind what you're spending your money on, unless you just have it to spend and don't care.
Yeah.
Bang for your buck is kind of what you shop out. That's why I like to find used stuff. My macro lens came from Coil Turd. I didn't even know it was Coil Turd. I sent him the money. I didn't know his name on Facebook. He'd seen my post and he messaged me and he goes, "I'll sell you my Nikon 85 millimeter." And I'm like, "Cool, dude." And he's like, "How? $250 or whatever." I was like, "Dude, what's your PayPal? I'll send that right now." And I waited like a week and I messaged Greg Stevens and I was like, "This dude," I was like, "is he cool?" And he's like, "Hell yeah, he's cool." I'm like, "All right, I'm hoping I'm not getting robbed." I didn't know him. And then he sends it to me in a package that says Coil Turd Enterprises or whatever. I was like, "What?" That's cool. And then and I did the review for his atomizer. He hooked me up with half off, which is
Cool.
cool. Yeah. I mean, I don't ask people for free shit, and it helps with the channel with more content because I don't want to just keep dropping build stuff. I want to be more versatile,
Right.
mixing reviews and build stuff. I don't want to get burnt out on it too because the way I'm recording my videos, it's labor intensive. Very labor
That
intensive. I want
you'll
everything to
get
be
there though. You'll get to a point where it doesn't take you as much time once you find your flow. And one thing I definitely recommend is batch shooting. Shoot them all in the same. Shoot as much as you can in one day and have it canned for later.
yeah. Yeah, it'll all come to me, but right now it takes forever. Like it's the perfect time to be single. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, people don't realize how hard a YouTube channel is.
Very hard, very expensive.
Yeah.
If you want to do it, with high quality. I'm a person. I like to have quality. And everybody's different. But everybody helps. What we're doing. We're all helping it, but in our own way. Me, the way I foreseen, the way my vision was, I wanted it to be nice. So learn
Don't
how to edit
prevent that you
properly.
don't let that prevent you from putting content out though.
Yeah, I know.
Because you're chasing a never-ending fucking goal.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is I just want things to be seen. I want high quality audio, high quality video. I'm not going 4K. That's too expensive. But I mean, if I'm able to use my nice camera and dial in the manual settings, and I'm good.
Nick, you
What I
should
need
do
is another
merchandise.
camera.
I don't think there's much need for 4K, like, because most people are watching like on the
Yeah.
likes of Chromecast on the big TVs.
But YouTube's algorithm
No.
likes 4K better, and if you make YouTube happier, they push you.
Dude, YouTube doesn't give a fuck about us. They're not making money
I
off
don't-
our content. They don't give a fuck if it's in 4K
I
or
don't-
8K or
Yeah, but
fucking 320.
it's the algorithm though. Like you still show up, and the more hashtags you have and things. I mean, unless they completely cockblock you, but if that's the case, I'll never get any subs.
They cockblock us. I hate to break it to you, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
watched
my channel.
it happen. You can see in your analytics exactly what they're doing.
I don't
And
use keywords vaping or anything. I try to keep that off. Like
it doesn't matter. Their AI is fucking amazing. They know exactly what your video is about based on what you say in the video. It'll automatically close caption your shit when you post it. It goes through your entire video word for word. It knows exactly what you're talking about, and its AI is reading at like a 9th grade reading level and comprehending at a 9th grade reading level. They know exactly what's up. And I watched my videos from, especially because I was doing really good growth at the time, it was being shown to a ton of new people, and then the whole demonetization shit happened, and it went.
Yeah, that's. I imagine that them computers pick up like the clouds that we blow. I really.
Well, Facebook. You remember, like maybe like 5 months ago when Facebook crashed real bad. That's because they were doing image recognition, and it overloaded the system. They want to know what every photo we're posting is.
They can do that. If you post a picture of a firearm or something that looks like a firearm, that post will be flagged, especially when it comes to marketplace.
Yeah, they did that like 4 months ago, 5 months ago. That's when Facebook crashed when they implemented that. It was such an overload on the system that crashed. I remember everyone's going nuts. My Facebook.
Nick,
I was like, yeah, get a break.
You should do merchandise, dude. You should do shirts that have like hashtag you guys on it. Use guys.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. I have to get. I have like so many friends. One of the main things is I have like friends that make shirts and shit, and they all have like great deals. Where I don't want to be stuck with a bunch of T-shirts.
Dude, do drop shipping. I can help you set that up, like no problem.
Yeah, I would have to do that because I don't want to go out and spend hundreds of dollars and have a bunch of my own T-shirts.
No, drop shipping's fantastic. The quality's great. They get it shipped with them within a few days.
Yeah,
and you don't. It's completely hands off for you, and people who want to rock your shit will, you know.
And what, they just give you a percentage of it?
Yeah, you set your price. Like I'm revamping my thing. I was never one to think like. A lot of people make a lot of money on merch, but I never really pushed it because I don't know. I guess I'm just not that into myself to think people would rock my shit. But I'm going to give it a shot. And so I'm revamping my website. And so what I do is I submit the designs on you pick which type of shirts, like if you want Gildan, if you want better options. And then you set how much profit you want to make on it. And the shirts are like $13 a piece wholesale. And so you can set, I want to make $5 a shirt. I want to make $10 a shirt, and it handles everything for you.
I'm doing a shirt line. I'm going to do Rambo's wire art. Here's a story behind that. And it took forever, but I got that camera now. And that was a big thing, more megapixels. Facebook took one of my Coil photos. I did an Enigma. It was beautifully colored up, and I did a super macro of it. And Facebook gives you the options for the backgrounds. And one of them was the t-shirt. So that Enigma was on the t-shirt. It looks so fucking badass. And I told myself, as soon as I get a good camera and I learn how to use it, which I got good with it now, I'm going to start having Rambo's wire art shirts made and put all my best builds and blow them up on the whole shirt. So I'm going to do a whole series of all badass builds, Enigmas, hedgehogs.
Those are going to be expensive shirts.
Yeah.
Anything other than printing right here, like this shirt, for instance, that's printed like this. Yeah. And actually, hold on, let me show you. So this hoodie is one of the ones that I have on my website right now. And I designed my logo, right? So it's Sherlock Build Co. And then I've got Sherlock on the sleeve and then nice. Holmes on the other sleeve. And it's a badass hoodie. I fucking love it. But for me to purchase this at wholesale is $37. And that's because of the sleeve printing.
Yeah.
And it's a nicer quality hoodie. But so anything that's like a full like wraparound printing is like $30 wholesale. So people are gonna have to pay $40 for that tee. So I would consider that.
Box it.
Yeah.
I got a guy that prints shirts. He owns a juice line too. He's local over here, and he's been printing shirts. But he told me the same thing. He goes, I can do them for you cheap. He bought a badass setup, but he said it'd have to be a box.
Right.
And I kind of wanted it bled off into the shoulders, like the way Facebook made it. Looks so dope. Yeah. So dope. But I might have to improvise, just to make it affordable. But I want a whole series of that.
You got to think, like, a lot of people aren't going to spend $40 to $50 on a T-shirt,
Well, if they know it's supporting the channel, but if most of that money's not even going to me, then, that's almost pointless then, because what sacrifice are they making at that point?
Right.
But I'm also going to have one made that Pornhub saved my life. I can't wait to have that one made. Like, I'm going to wear that on as many shows as I can. I'm going to wear it till I fade out. I think it's hilarious. It's just an awesome idea. Pornhub saved my life,
Nick, you're doing so many things right. Like with the use guys thing, that's like the pinnacle of things you should do on YouTube is like create that community. And if I were you, I'd highly recommend, because I know for you, people would buy that shirt if you made that shirt.
They'll support you, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
They made you one and sent it to you, didn't they?
What's that?
Didn't Kim make you one to send it to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one right here. Kim made it from Life with Vapes, who has a shirt company. I try not to wear it too much. I don't want it to fade out. But yeah.
That's dope.
But
Have you seen the other one?
it's a good. Where is the other one?
The other one's brilliant.
Yeah, that one's in the hamper. She also sent one that just said N.devine83, where's own boy Josh at?
I didn't see that one.
It's a question that I get. I can find it real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it all the time too, bro. All the time.
I'm sure you do. You probably get it more than I do. It's even funnier with me because I don't know Boy Josh all that well a few times. So it's funny because everybody just assumes Coil Wars that I know exactly where the fuck he's at.
See, that's the kind of stuff you should print on a shirt.
Yeah.
I sent him a Coil Wars build mat. He had to get one. There's no way I can avoid sending a Coil Wars build mat to him.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, in reality, you know, everyone's like, "Well, it was all your idea." Like, it wasn't all my idea. He put in a lot of his input, and he did it all. He's the one who did it, not me. You know, I mean, I planted
There
a
we
seed,
go.
is what I did. You know, I planted a damn seed, is all I did, in the right place, in the best soil I could find.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I mean, I had to send him to Matt. There's no two ways about it. He probably just packed it away, and you know, he doesn't have much interest in it. When I try to talk to him about it, we just talk about like how things are going currently for each other. I think it bothers him a whole lot too, because you know he was passionate about it. So, as passionate as he was, it's got to hurt him to look back and see that he walked away. You know, all the time and effort, you
Well,
know, it's
he
kicking
could
ass. And
walk back anytime he wants.
yeah, he sold all his gear. He's done. He said he's done.
Hmm.
The
You know, the
stuff's
thing
still
was,
out there, though. That's the thing, and it still
he was
gets watched.
he was doing photo shoots and stuff. I never thought he would sell his gear, but he said he sold it. So,
Wow.
you know, I mean, I remember we were doing the Coil Wars build off, and he was hosting the Civil Wars Coil Wars episode that was for the Facebook group, and he was behind on one of the videos pretty badly, but it was because he was doing a photo shoot. So I was like, great, he found a way to make supplemental income, you know, because I know he was dependent on what he was getting from the channel. You know, I mean, initially he was like, I'll give you a percentage of it, and I was like, I don't want a percentage. Take everything, throw it right back into the channel. You know, because his channel blew up when Coil Wars came out. His channel blew up. He was only at like 8,000 subs, I think, when we first started talking.
What did
And
he
by
have when he quit?
It's still like
like
it was
20,
a lot. Yeah. It was.
yeah, way up there, man. It blew up right after season 1 Coil Wars. His channel blew the fuck up, blew up. He did such a good job, man. I mean, wow, he did better than I thought he could have done.
He was doing
And
a lot of stuff that nobody still does.
yeah. You know, there's a lot of inspiration for me and him. He taught me a lot of what I know about producing videos through the years that we were hung out and talked to each other. You know, he was very pushy about me doing a channel because you know the way I explain things and you know all that stuff. He was just was adamant about it. He wanted me to start a channel. He was even saying he's going to start a channel, guys, and this and that. And I just kept procrastinating. Never did it. I could have stole a lot of his following, I'm sure. You
Yeah.
know, not that's what I wanted, obviously, because I didn't do it. But you know, I
Well,
mean, I'd
that's
have a
what
lot more.
collaborations are for. You know, to
Yeah,
help
yeah.
each other grow.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. He wanted to, you know, but long story short, he taught me a lot of what I do know about composing a video, you know, the angles and you know how you're looking at things, just you know, basically videography. He explained a lot of it to me, and you know, and a lot of his style you'll see on my channel because I'm inspired by it, you know. So you like the build, you know, you see me going up close and wicking and building the music laying over it, like the whole entertainment section of it, you know. I love
Mhm.
that, you know, speed it up while you're wicking and you know, I used to love watching that. You know, every time you put a video out, I knew I could look forward to the end of it and see some coil porn. You know, rock out
He
some good
did
music.
focus on that, didn't he?
Yeah, and if you pay attention to what I'm doing, you'll see the same thing. I love it, absolutely love it, and it sucks that it's gone, but I'm gonna bring back some of it to the best of my ability. You know, I'm no homeboy Josh. I don't know if I ever will be, but you know, I mean, that
You'll
show
be
was fucking awesome.
surprised how quickly you advance with the dedication I can tell you have for it. You'll advance quickly.
I'm a tell, but I'm in it. Balls to the walls. I'm here.
Good. Start putting out content. A lot of it.
Yeah, well, this is the
Definitely,
six weeks that I'm covering for this build off, and I think that's why I jumped into it so quickly, so I didn't change my mind later. When I told myself I'm gonna do it, I just jumped in and did it. I know a lot of people are like, "Wait, what? I didn't have time for a build," but for me, if I didn't, you know, I was telling people for a while, "Get your wire ready, it's coming," and then like 3 weeks later, I just jumped in. I was like, "We got a week. Here it is. Here's boom." I had the intro made by my boy Leo, Leo Moneymaker. That guy is just a beast. You see the intro to the build off and the graphics with the bracket that I had stuck in there, and
Oh, what
you
happened to
know
him? Wasn't he a vaping?
he's got a big channel, a decent channel too. I think 12,000 or maybe 15,000 on Steam On. It was called Steam Room. Then he changed it to Steam Craft, and now I think it's Steam On. Um, he's known as Steam. He's a professional DIY mixer, so I got that in my corner too. Um, I know a lot of mixers like that are badasses, but
Is
he
he
and I are very
active?
close.
Does he have an active channel?
He's working on everything to come back right now. He's making a comeback. So he you know, a lot of things happen in life with him, so he's been kind of distracted with all
He was
that. But
pretty open about his struggles,
yeah,
wasn't he?
yeah. He was trying to help other people that had gone through similar things and figured it'd be best to be open about it. So I respect him for that, you know.
He's one
But,
of us, Nick, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely had a lot of. He's got a bad background on him, but you know, for me, it matters who you are now. And you know, I have a great judge of character. He's a good dude, real good dude, and a phenomenal mixer. Phenomenal mixer. Like Tony's Revenge is like one of the most mixed DIY liquids out there. It's like a sugary frosted flake. So fucking good.
That's
He's got a
his
lot of real
recipe.
good. Yeah, Tony's Revenge. Yeah, and anybody who mixes it up that likes cereals falls in absolute head over tails in love with it. He's good. He's the real deal. So for the community, if we get him back, that'd be huge. You know, the DIY community needs him back. I mean, right now they have Wayne Walker, the DIY or die, and a few other names. Fresh. Fresh is out there putting massive. Fresh is like Nick. He just dumps content left and right like a maniac. So you know, I mean, but the community definitely needs him back. He's got his own little way of doing things. He's very professional about the way he goes about doing things, and he helps quite a bit, significantly. So you know, that's huge when I'm coming back. I can't wait to start teaching people how to mix. You know, the biggest thing is the introduction to mixing and this, how much it'll cost to start out and stuff like that, because that's so far behind me. I started mixing like 3 years ago. I'm gonna have to go back and do a little research, figure out what would be the best thing for everyone to buy, a little starter kit of flavors, you know, the most common flavors that they're gonna find recipes of to replicate, and you know, drop a bunch of links to that stuff or
I'm
try to.
interested. Don't put any links. Do
Yeah,
not put any
that's what I was gonna
links.
say. Put OBS. I can go on OBS and scroll through and show like Liquid Byron and show the starter kits there and stuff like that, so people will see it. I can probably even put the screen scroll, the websites on the screen scroll or something like that.
That
Instead of
might be a little sketchy too.
really.
Yeah.
Youch.
I don't know for sure, and anymore I just err on the side of caution. Because
Yeah.
copyright strikes are nothing to fuck with.
Yeah, yeah.
Or not copyright strikes, but community guideline strikes. They'll literally just delete your whole fucking account for those.
Yeah, that happened to Vaping
Ruthless.
with Vic.
I almost
Ruthless.
got deleted. Yeah, I got 2 strikes like that overnight, and they were like, "You get one more, and we're gonna take your channel." And I was like, "Yo."
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. And it was
They
like
totally
old
took-
fucking videos that I had links
Yep.
in. And I've got like a fuck ton of videos on my channel over the last few years. And so I had to go through every single one and
Yep.
delete everything I any link I had, I got rid of.
Pretty much start from scratch.
Which sucks because that affiliate money, you know, that was nice passive income for me. And after demonetization, it was all I had left. And so now I make fucking nothing from all the effort and work that went into thousands of videos. I get
Shitty.
nothing for them.
Shitty.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, that happened to Vaping with Vic. They completely took the channel down.
Did he get it back?
He got it back eventually. He had to fight for it. But I think it was 2 of the strikes still stood.
I still have one strike
the
on.
final strike, they let that one slide. But he had to do exactly what you did and go back through his whole back catalogue. You're talking like 4-5 years worth of stuff, and go through every single video and take down anything with a link, anything where he's even saying links, like you were talking about, the speech recognition, the closed caption.
Yeah, you got to be careful even being
he
like, go
mentioned
to
the link-
.com.
Yep.
You got to
If
be
he
careful.
even mentioned the link, he had to take that down as well,
Mention it.
or edit it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I've edited links, or I've spoken links a couple times recently, and I've been like, you know.
Fuck.
Just mention Vic, and there's Cheech.
Who?
Cheech hates Vic, Vaping with Vic.
He's here?
No.
Yeah.
What's
Cheech
going
just
on, Vic?
absolutely hates him.
Oh, he hates him.
Cheech. Yeah, he hates him.
No. I do think that Cheech is vaping with Vic, though.
Probably is.
Why does he hate him? He doesn't fucking
I
know
have
him.
no idea.
No idea.
Come on, Cheech, tell us. Why do you hate him? He's
And-
saying hi to you guys. He's not saying hi to me.
I know.
Yo, we're beefing now, Cheech. You better add me to the
Don't
fucking
go
list.
Cheech's page. I don't go into every single chat and say.
You just mention his name and Cheech thumbs up and says Victor should get a real job.
I don't know how to keep the chat up like that. Like, can I mute the video and then look at the chat?
You can pop
I
out.
could-
I don't know. Ask Nick how he's doing it.
I could, yeah, pop out chat. I could.
Pop out chat.
You could go into the chat into Zoom, Dwayne.
I'm looking. I got it up now. YouTube. I muted YouTube.
I'm gonna put a link to the pop out chat in the Zoom chat right now.
Yeah, I always liked Vic. I just can't understand a fucking word he says. But I
And
like
the thing
him.
is, he actually dumbs the accent right down.
I can understand
because-
you.
Yeah, he's from not far from where
Does he have
I'm
that
from.
because America, there's a lot of different dialects. Obviously, all three of us speak differently because we're from different parts of the country, and I
Yeah.
know that's the case for England. And some English accents are like dirty as fuck.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and then there's like super
Well-
proper English accents that are like built for TV. And then there's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
vaping with Vic, where I'm like, dude, I don't even know what you're saying. I need closed captions for you, bro.
and that's the
Some
thing.
people-
In Scotland, he actually sounds quite posh. His accent's quite posh sounding for Scottish. You
Is
know,
that he's Scottish then?
he's Scottish? Yeah.
That's my primary nationality is Scottish and Welsh.
Yeah.
My ancestors hail from Wales
Scots,
and Scotland.
Irish, English.
Some people can't understand me. I talk so fast and fluent. I blend my words together and stuff. And it's a Chicago thing, I think. But they're like, what did you say? So like in my videos, you notice like the way I'm talking now, and like in my videos, I talk slower. Like I've got to dial that in because it's boring. The way I go back and watch my videos to see what I feel about them, what changes I want to make.
Oh, I never watch
like,
my
dude,
videos.
I
Fuck
watch
that.
them. I watch them. I watch each one like 5 times.
I watch it enough when I'm editing it. I never want to see it again after.
Oh yeah, the edit sucks. But I was so proud of that last one. I edited that thing forever. It took forever editing it, and finally I decided I was gonna add music in behind everything, and I was like, "Fuck it." But I went back and watched it. I was very proud of that one. That was a milestone for me. You know, if anybody knows me and knows how horrible I am on computers, put it this way: 2 videos ago, it took me an hour to find the videos I uploaded on the computer. I couldn't find them. I was so mad. So mad. I'm like, where are they? Why are they hiding them? They're hiding them on me. That's
Is
why I
there
hate
a
updates.
problem doing IG links and channel links? All right, so no. If the only time there's issues if you're linking to anything that sells firearms, tobacco, which we qualify as, and tobacco, alcohol, firearms, or CBD products, I think are in that as well. So I
believe
even
CBD as well.
yeah, I think so. Well, I don't know for sure, and I could not find. I scoured the internet to see if I could put CBD links in the.
Yeah.
Because I'm like desperately trying. Like I just filed for unemployment for the first time in my life, so I'm like desperately trying to find revenue streams. And
Facebook
so-
don't allow you to do CBD, I don't think.
Right,
I
so
got a
it's
buddy
like-
that owns a wellness center that he can't do it. I
Right.
told him I'd market for him, and he said he can't.
It's sketchy. So like, unless you're gonna completely sell your content and be like, oh, I love this product, even though it's crap. There's not a whole lot of ways to make money doing this anymore. And so I was trying
Really?
to see if I could do affiliate stuff for CBD, and I can't find any answers anywhere on YouTube blogs, just anywhere like in random. I just can't find the answer to that. But so
gonna
like channel
power-
links and Instagram links, they're fine, and Amazon links are fine. But anything with vaping, even like IMR batteries, I had to take those links out because I didn't want to push it. So, I don't-
Ouch.
yeah. And
Yeah, I
that
don't
wasn't
know.
even an affiliate link. That was like, here's where I buy my batteries. You know what I mean?
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, there's other ways to make, if you do like separate websites and stuff, like Wayne from DIY or Die, he does $3 a subscription. He's got like, probably 20,000 people over there. He's making bank monthly. $3 a month for his website for all his information and stuff there. The paywall, but it's $3, I mean, and he's got a big following. He's probably got 20, I'm going to guess 20 or 30,000 people over there,
Yeah, that
you figure
requires
$3
numbers, though.
You figure $3 a month, and if that's the way it's playing itself out, he's doing very, very, very good.
But so the statistics on something like Patreon or a paywall are about 1% of your viewers will do that. 1% of active community members will actually pay for your content.
Well,
or
his
pay to support
content,
you.
he teaches people how to mix professionally and put juice lines out and stuff like that. And there's big money in that as it is. There's not big money in coil building, so I guess I'm kind of struck on that one. But
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, exactly what that's actually 1% is actually exactly like who pays for Patreon and stuff.
Yeah, that's a real statistic. It's 1%. You can expect 1% of the people that you have to support you financially.
well, as long as you find a way to show them the extra appreciation, like release things to them first. Like for me, like my shirts will be available to them, a month or two ahead of time. They'll be the only ones able to get those. Or I'll make specific Patreon only shirts, with my coil builds on them. It's going to be a Rambo's wire art series because that's what my business, the coil business, is, Rambo's wire art. So I'll have that little, flame, the logo with the fire coming off of it, like stamped on the bottom of the shirt. And so I'm going to have a whole full series. I've been wanting to do it for years, and I finally got the camera and learned how to use it. And so if I got to put the box, I will.
Yeah,
But
if you do I use Printful for my drop shipping merchandise, and they allow you to you can do custom tags on the shirt, so you could have your Rambo wire art on the stitched tag
Nice.
on it, which is really a
Nice.
cool feature, but it costs you $2 a shirt to do it.
well, I guess, it's cool. I got a guy that makes shirts, and I need to sit down and talk to him. He's a mixer. He owns a juice line.
But
He's
you're
got
looking at
baby-
buying and stocking them, and then you've got to handle the shipping plus the overhead of
Yeah.
not only the shirts themselves, but the shipping equipment. So the actual bags are going to ship
I'm set
it,
up
the
to ship.
labels.
Yeah, I'm set up to ship already. I was doing it for the merchandise for Coilware, so I got a printer and everything through PayPal where it prints out the shipping labels and everything. So even my coil containers, I got all those printed out. I pay for the logo part because it's just cheaper instead of buying a refillable cartridge printer. I'm not going to spend $300 on a refillable printer. So I pay for the front logos, but I print all my specs out and all that, everything that goes in the bottom of the, which is cool because I have all that stuff, But I mean, I'm set up for it at least. I've got all the boxes, and even if I did, what is the prepay for like the $7.99 flat rate? That's how I was doing merchandise flat rating it, but it kind of sucks because some people don't need to pay that much. But I got little bubble mailers too. I can put T-shirts in the bubble mailers. They're like probably like 18 inches by like 14 inches.
That's
fold
what's
those up.
nice about drop shipping is they pay only what they have to. They don't have to pay flat rate. They could pay the $4 to ship it.
Yeah, that'll help people too.
Right.
That sounds a lot like Teespring. They do something similar. You just send the design, they print it out.
Well, we
You have
had
to select quality of the shirt, whatnot, and then they just do all the postage for you.
Yeah.
We had Vaping Swag do our Coilware shirts, and I just met the guy again, and I went to go support my boy Steam. I was just talking about the guy that does my graphics. I went in, he was live on another channel, and this guy, he was VSO Flavors. I guess he does
flavors.
he does a flavor line. He is Vaping Swag. So when they started
Swaggy
talking about it, he goes, "I did the Coil." He's like, "I did your Coilware shirts on Vaping Swag." I was like, "Get the hell out of here," because we were just talking about VSO e-liquids because I guess a lot of those are natural extracts. And my buddy got the grape and some strawberries, and he fell in love with it. And I'm like, dude, I got to check those out. And then I hop in the live feed, and he's in there talking, and he's like, he knows me. I was like, what? And he's Vaping Swag, so he makes T-shirts and the stuff that like Nick has. He made that.
Yeah, he's always in Fresh's chats as well. Swaggy Shade. Yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
custom
VSO.
vape map company. I think it's called Vape Mats, and you can
Yeah, that's who does mine.
upload your shit.
Right.
But they
that's who does these.
will not remove the Vape Mats logo off the Vape Mats.
Then they won't do a custom big mat either. They're all littles. I got the Resistance Crew. The monitor's sitting on the Resistance Crew.
Yeah,
mat,
like fuck you, bro.
Yeah, it does only the little mats. You
Whoever
can't get
does
the big
vape mats and then will not remove their logo from the product that I'm paying for to customize, fuck you.
I thought you could. I thought you could take it off.
Years ago when I was doing my custom vape mats, I was like, if I pay more, can I remove your logo from my product? And they were like, no. I was like, okay, fuck you then, dipshit.
Yeah. They make them pretty quick for us. I never really had problems. I don't really care about vape mats being on there. It does kind of suck because then people are like, well.
I do. Fuck you, vape mats. Seriously, vape mats, if you're watching, fuck you.
Wee! I didn't say it. I need mats.
I did. Fuck you,
I got
vape
mats
mats.
coming.
I'll go to China then. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is where you need a disclaimer.
I'm
Scrolling
actually-
across.
I'm gonna be having the group, the Facebook Coil Wars group, vote on some builders, and I had Mindforge submit me some photos for them to vote on, and a couple of other guys, big OGs, that I'm having them submit photos. I ran into a bunch of shit going on with life, so otherwise they'd be done already. But I still have all the photos and everything, and once I'm ready, because I'm just gonna buy all the mats, it's like $250 for the minimum order. I'll just purchase them up front. They'll
Yeah,
sell,
Kim
I know.
Dixon. Fuck vape mats.
So I'm just gonna purchase them all up front. But I'm gonna have the group vote which person they want on the mat or how they want the mat designed, and offer more vape mats. A lot of people keep asking for them again. These ones here came out freaking awesome, and I got one framed. I'll show you guys.
Yeah.
I got one of these framed too, and this was Kyle
Fucking
Jones.
vape mats, dude. That's all I can look at in the corner is fucking vape mats. So what are you doing? Promoting vape mats or you're promoting Coil Wars? Which one is
Coil Wars
it?
is bigger. Coil
Fuck
Wars is bigger.
you, vape mats. But they're getting a piece of your promotion, and they're the company. Like, fuck you, vape mats. Seriously. What a shitty business model. Fuck them.
I want a whole series of these, and I got one framed. I want my wall filled with 5 or 6 of these in the series.
No,
And,
boycott vape mats. Fuck them.
Who else is gonna make them?
A million other companies.
That makes mats?
Yes, dude, it's a fucking neoprene mouse pad. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right.
And you can get them for hella cheap anywhere else. They're just fucking ripping off the vape community and promoting their own shit because you can't remove their logo. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about vape mats. God damn it.
Yeah.
It could be smaller. It could be a smaller thing.
Yeah,
It could be not on there. What the fuck? You're paying for a
So-
custom design.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah, Nick, yeah. Fuck
I
vape
agree.
mats.
I think it should be optional. Like I think it should be.
I thought it was an option.
Extra.
No, it's not an option. That shit. Why do you think your vape mats is on your mat, dude? Your Coil
No,
Wars mat.
I thought you can pay to get it off.
You opted to have that on there?
No,
I
I
did-
thought you had to pay to get it off.
I
I thought.
think you can pay to get it off now. I think you can. I'm not positive.
Oh, so you got to
I
pay
thought-
them to take their logo off the product that you're paying them to put your logo on?
Yeah.
I know.
We ain't gonna win with Sherlock.
No,
I see it.
not on this
Come
one.
on.
No. It's bullshit. Vistaprint. There you go. Yeah, Kimmy. You're the best, dude. Love Kim Dixon.
That's why she has a wrench.
She's on my team. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But for anybody who is interested in Sherlock merch, that should be coming. I'm waiting on. So I uploaded a bunch of new designs, and I'm waiting on to get the shirts in to make sure everything's cool with them before I, release them. But if you do want to see the designs, they're at SherlockHolmes.com. But they're just not available for purchase yet until I give the okay on them. And fuck vape mats. Okay, I'm done. Vape mats will not be on the website. How long we been doing this stream now? A while?
Feels like a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than builds and everything, and we've been done with those for a while.
It's almost Saturday.
Oh,
No, we're
shit.
back. It's almost Sunday.
Oh, my
Those
kids wake up
finishes.
so early too. They'll
Those
be up at
finished
fucking
ages
6
ago.
a.m. God, what time is it for you, Big G?
It is 4:45 in the morning.
Oh my god.
It's a
Are
quarter
you
to 11
nocturnal?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost 11 p.m. here.
It's fucking midnight where Nick and I are.
Yeah, you guys are Eastern.
Yep. Yep.
Hey, real quick, Nick, have you done the difference between wet sanding for the polish or just polishing? I've tried both, and I don't know how I feel about either one. But I know it's a little messy doing it under the water by the sink. But should I wet sand with the 2000 and 4000 or?
Yes.
I do both actually, but if you have wet sandpaper definitely does a cleaner job. Well, it's messier on your hands, but it does a smoother finish. With
You don't
wet.
need to do it by the sink either. You just need a little cup of water, and you just kind of dribble a little. You got to wet the paper and then just keep it moist as you're going.
Right. So I just kind of I've done it. I tried it both ways, and I just kind of wondered like, what's better? Like, whether because one of them like use less sandpaper or polish better. You know.
Technically, I mean, so how I've been doing it is I have like 6 different kinds of sandpaper. The first 3 are dry, and then the last 3 are wet. The wet's going to give you a smoother finish, but it's going to. It technically should take longer, but it's not going to get as hot on your fingers, right? Because it's wet. So
Yeah.
it's
Well, I
going to be
had-
less abrasive when it's wet, but the sandpaper should last longer when it's
Right. I've had like 4,000, 6,000, and 8,000, but they had like a sponge behind them, and when I used it, it started digging into the sponge, started going in my build. So I
Yeah.
found 4,000 that was just the paper, and I got 2,000 just the paper, and I got 4,000 that's just the paper. You know, I mean, so I figured maybe I'll just run the 2,000 dry and then do a 2,000 wet sand, and then run the 4,000 dry and then do a wet sand.
Yeah.
Dude, get 10,000 at an auto parts store. It's incredible.
I look in auto parts stores over here. I can't find anything over like 2,000. It was very very rare that I
Really?
found 4,000. Yeah.
Advanced Auto Parts has it's like a 2, 4,
I'm all in it.
6 pack.
I'm all over him.
Or 7
They-
maybe.
I got the foamy ones from them, and I was surprised. Every time I go in Walmart, anywhere
Yeah,
I go,
no,
look at
fuck
sand,
the foam
I look at all
ones.
the build tools. I look at all that. Every time I'm everywhere, it's a habit inside of me. Like I go look at the clamps, and then always the clamps first. I told you about my clamps. And they're like, I'm gonna come out one day with clamps like stuck on my nipple. Like, hi. So,
Nick will feel right
but-
at home. He likes that kind of
So-
Clamps, y'all.
I can
Nick,
hear-
we
I
still
can
love
hear
you even though
goodbye
you're gay,
horses.
brother.
I
it's
got
all about the spring tension.
I got a third one on too, but you're gonna have to guess.
Holy fuck. Oh my god.
Goodbye horses.
I don't know if I can find my 1,000 sandpaper, and I might just have to start at 2,000 on this, but it's 38 gauge and it's soft. It's stainless steel 304. Maybe I'll get it to polish. real good on
I like starting super low to remove material.
there. Yeah. I mean, I got 650 or something, but that'll just dig it out.
Because the more you polish... No, I'll start at 600. 100% I'll start at 600. Because the whole point... Like, if you don't get enough material off, you're not going to get across that really beautiful
Yeah.
mirror finish.
Yeah, I was hoping to flatten it with the 2,000, but I kind of doubt it.
Wayne,
No,
my
you're
last
polishing
build, I
at that
started
point. You're not
The last-
flattening.
These coils here, now it's not 38 inches, of course, but I do have 34 on here. I started with 80 grit.
What was the AUG on the final fuse?
So the
Yeah.
top one's 34. But
Yeah,
I
it's big.
started with 80 and went all the way up to 7,000.
Yeah, I've got some 34, and I was thinking about using it just to use the 600 on it. It's 34 and a half gauge, well, 0.15 millimeter stainless steel 304.
Nick, you almost chewed through that.
Almost.
That looks awesome. See, that's what I'm talking about. Taking that material off to make it like flat as a motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm scared to do that with 38 gauge though.
38. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
no.
recommend 80. I bet you with 38.
You could
if-
probably do the 2000 with the 304. It's just going to take you a little while.
Yeah.
If you did like 5 minutes with the 2000, I bet you that 38 would come pretty smooth.
Yeah. I'll polish the shit out of it. I'll be up all night taking photos. Yeah. I'll be able to post something. I can probably, man, I'm debating on just making another one to have a dual, but I got enough to make one nice big coil, you know?
Yeah, you might as well just make it a big one and polish it so you could bend the leads back out.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
I cut
But that's
myself
cool.
every time I do polish builds.
my first one I did live. That's pretty cool. I mean, it looks perfect from here, but the photo I looked at looks like it's slightly gapped a little, very, very slightly. But it was a terrible photo because I didn't have the lighting right. I feel like I knew when I was taking that picture because I can't. Normally, I have all my light here and I can take a quick photo with my phone, and it's a real good image. But I've got everything for the video now. I can't move things around. But I think it's good. I think, I mean, it looks absolutely perfect just by looking at it this
Well,
way.
congratulations.
I did it.
All right, guys, I got to piss, so I'm going to end this stream.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's getting late. All right, guys,
Yeah,
thanks
we've been on a while.
for being here. This was fun, guys.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun for
Thanks
sure.
for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
Gee, go
Yeah.
the fuck to bed. You owl.
Yeah, go to bed.
Still too wired.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We still have a ton of viewers. I'm really impressed, guys. Thanks for staying with us all this time.
Yeah, I appreciate you staying for sure.
We're going to make this a regular thing if we can figure it out between all of us.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
down for
we'll
that.
do a little bit earlier time so G can actually build with us.
Sounds good.
Yeah, he's
Awesome.
like, yeah, please, fuck, goddamn, yeah. All right,
Well,
guys.
this is. Go ahead. Huh?
No, go ahead, Rambo.
I'm saying this is my front window. I can't go on when the sun's out. You see my blinds.
Right.
I literally have my backdrop hanging on my front window.
We'll keep that in mind. But all right, everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure you go and check out the links in the description. Everybody's linked down there. Give everybody a subscribe and watch their awesome content because they're all better builders than I am. So you'll learn more from them than from me. All right, let me figure out how to end this. All right, good night, everybody.
Peace out.